That's it. Imagine like we don't keep it, and that's a crazy way to start it. Like, hey guys, welcome back to the 2099 podcast. Today we're here with our special guest, producer of our first and second album, friend of the show, Mr. Harry2Scary, also known as Cruz. How you doing today?
What's going on, Lucas? How you doing, Josh?
Bro, I'm wonderful.
We're fantastic.
Yeah? We have a great guest today, and I'm excited for what the future holds.
I'm excited too.
Now, a lot of crazy stuff's been going on in our lives recently.
Yeah, it's been busy.
It's been busy.
Yeah.
We've had a lot going on. But in terms of what we have going on between us and the stuff that I was meaning to ask you, obviously we have our album, A Brand New Nose, coming out on the 4th of July.
Applause sound.
Electric is out right now. You can watch it on YouTube.
The Big E.
Every streaming platform. Thank you. Shout out Faith Addison. Shout out Nick Illusion. Some questions I wanted to ask you. Which song are you personally most excited for on the new album?
I think the one that I'm really excited for, this isn't me saying it's my favorite, but it's the one I'm most excited for because I want to see people's reaction. I want to see how your fans take to it. Snow.
Oh.
Like, I'm ready for the real deal jig downs to Snow. Like,
You're right.
you know?
It's an interesting...
I don't think they're going to get it.
Well, they might not. They might
not for a long time.
They might not get the context, but I think they're gonna get the vibe, bro. I mean, Josh did a great job on that drum part.
It's definitely a vibe,
and it's super jiggy. And then like you get to the hook, and it's like, okay, here's a little bit more like kind of like punkish vibe. But then it's just like, I don't know. That song always reminds me of a chase scene from the TV show Shameless.
Wow, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you mean.
Lip and Ian are just like running from the cops or some fucking dude trying to kill them, and it's just like
a playful action.
You know? Yeah, totally. But that's probably my the one I'm excited for, just because like out of all the songs, like yeah, there are a couple acoustic songs on the album, so it's not like they're different from the album, but like that's the most different song in the whole album.
Definitely tonally the most different.
You
know? I agree with you. And to go from songs like softer songs to the harder songs, that's kind of a crazy statement. But I do agree with you that Snow is that much different.
But, you know, I'm also like a lot of people have told me they really like Talk About as well. Taco Bell, you know? That's a
shout out Talk About.
Yeah, that's a great song. And like, you know, we even had this whole discussion a couple weeks ago of like multiple people have said like they swear it's like a different version of another song from somebody else famous or reminds them of this or that song, but it's like it's original content, and it's like, you know, it's like super fire if someone's getting like Mandela affected by it.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that's super cool.
I get that same vibe from the chorus of Electric.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, where have I heard this before?
Facts. Every time, like,
it sounds so nostalgic.
I was watching when you were showing me the like new version of the video, like every time it went to that, or specifically the phone call scene, I was like, dude, that's like deja vu. I don't know where it came from. It just feels like it's always been.
Right. I mean, well, we did want to have a more vintage feel on this album, so I think a lot of the songs hit those like notes. It's like they're all pulling from somewhere. Like especially Shark Boy, it's like it's got that Rock Lobster surf vibe, but it's not quite any of those songs. Or maybe Loser is kind of more on like we're hinting towards a more Nirvana vibe or like a grunge thing, but it's not grunge. And so we try to do a lot of cool stuff on this album. And then the next question I wanted to ask you is, approach-wise, what were your main differences, and what do you think the people are going to feel in terms of the differences from post-apocalyptic indie rock, the first album, to now, the second one, A Brand New Nose?
I think the best way to put it is like, the album by Deftones is called Diamond Eyes, right?
Yeah.
So, like, in the most simple way to put it, just so like the audience can understand better, post-apocalyptic indie rock is on some Diamond Eyes shit, especially like my approach towards the mix. And then this album's a little bit more on some In Utero shit.
Okay.
Just like one's a little bit more like, I guess, not exactly digital sounding, but just like super polished and a little bit more like effects to it. While this one's a little bit warmer and a little bit like grungier in a sense, especially
Right.
with just the musical content that's there to begin with. And I'd say that's like my main two differences when it came to like the approach towards it, because it's like at the end of the day, you still got to like mix drums, mix guitar, mix vocal, mix bass. It's like, same sort of setup either way. But from a sound perspective and what I'm thinking in my head, what I'm trying to chase after a little bit, like those are my two kind of like references ideally for those albums.
Right. I would say I definitely hear the In Utero like influence, especially on songs like Wartime King. Like it just feels so dry, but also like I don't really know how to explain it, but it just feels like that super vintage, like not a sound that many other bands right now I think are going for.
Yeah.
Which I think is super fresh and super new. Hopefully, shout out to the homies who are going to be reviewing the album. Hopefully, you guys feel the same way. But I'm definitely excited for them to hear that new approach. I think in songs like Safari and other songs, like it really does the album justice.
Totally. I mean, Safari, I feel like is a special one because we put sound effects in there and everything compared to other ones. You know what I'm saying? We had a little fun with it, but I think it adds to the vibe of it, especially because it's like, since there is so much vintage feel, that one like having more sound effects in it's a little bit more of like kind of a newer age thing, especially with like how it like the song starts and you don't really hear music yet. You kind of get like set into this little like fantasy world of what the song may be inside of.
Right. It's definitely, it's funny because I forget who, but I think it was, I don't remember who, but they were like, I like the one with the elephant. And I was like, I know exactly what you're talking about. Right?
There's only one with an
I
elephant.
played that one. I got a couple more questions for you before we can just kind of make it all natural. What has been your favorite performance from 2099? If people don't know, this is like our go-to sound guy.
Goes to every show.
So we've never had to perform without him, basically.
True.
My favorite performance, bro, I'm not gonna lie, South by Southwest.
The Swan Dive or
Yeah.
Royal?
Swan dive.
Yeah. There's no comparison there. Let's be real.
Oh god,
Yeah,
the
no,
bucket.
That Swan Dive show is really good. I'm also really proud of the Rio Mart show. Like that was just.
You're right. I forgot about that.
It wasn't like our biggest crowd, but I think so far as our actual performances went, like that was one of the most locked in. That was the most locked in show we've had yet.
Yeah, you were
Like,
super
we were hella
super
tight.
tight on that one. Definitely for the Swan Dive show, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all had a different sound guy there because for the venue that y'all were at, and maybe y'all didn't meet eye to eye on certain things. But even though, and that honestly allowed me to kind of just be more of an audience member than someone who's super locked in on like, what does this sound like? What does that sound like? And I just thought it sounded great, especially because that was like one of the first times, if not the first time, like we had some like microphones on the kit. The drum kit.
Yeah, that was the show where I was like, after that, I was like, nah, we gotta mic up the kick every time now.
Yeah.
Like, that was the show that like opened my eyes to that. And it was definitely like learning moment for sure. Like you were saying how the sound guy wasn't exactly meeting the expectations we wanted. Like we had to get used to that, just suck it
Right.
up. And it was our first show in like what I would consider an actual venue.
Yeah.
Right. And that show was in front of my parents,
Yeah.
my parents' friends, a lot of people. Like, I felt like everybody came to that show. Like,
Yeah.
maybe song 1, song 2, there was like 2 people in there.
Right.
And we were like, oh, shit.
It was we packed it
But
out.
then
bro.
by the end of the set, I was like, oh my God. Like,
Yeah.
there's people in here.
Bro, we even had Todd Gleeful at the show. Shout out to Todd Gleeful.
Shout out Todd
Shout out
Gleeful.
Todd. Yeah, that was a fun one. And we were really having fun. We were having drinks on stage. I was a little saucy.
Not too saucy though. It was like perfect. Like you were in the pocket.
Yeah. Like, it was so much fun. And then after everybody went to go eat.
Yeah.
That was like core memories for sure.
That was fun. That was hella fun.
And then let's see. I've got one more question. What would you say has been Actually, we can do 2 more questions. I'll do a kind of fun one first. Who has been somebody that you have had to stop working with? It can be either live or recording because of any reason. Is there anyone is there anyone that you feel comfortable throwing under the bus live
Honestly,
on air?
bro, this is how you know. Like, I just kind of like X'd him out. I don't remember his name.
Okay.
Damn.
It was this dude I started recording. He was kind of on some R&B shit. He was cool people. Like, most of our sessions went really well. But one session, like, I ain't gonna say too much, but like, let's just say he was a playmaker, right? He'd be making plays,
Allegedly.
and he put a deposit in. Maybe he didn't even put a deposit in, and I was on some like, oh, I already know this dude. Like, he's gonna get me right whenever we get to the studio. Like, we've had multiple sessions, I can trust him. Last minute session type of vibe, and towards the end of the session, he had to leave early, and he was like, yo, bro, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I cannot pay for this session right now, but like, I'm about to hit this play and send you the bread. I'll have it to you by the end of the night. Right, gulp. And I was like stressed out already, and I was like, okay, bro, like, you got it. Like, we've had multiple sessions, you already pay me, you want to come back, like, cool, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, go do what you need to do, make your money, and then hit me. Just like by the end of the night. I'm like, okay, cool. 11:30 comes around. Haven't received any bread. I text him, yo, what's the word? Bread? He was like, yo, dude, I'm so sorry. Like, the dude's bullshitting. I gotta pay you tomorrow. Okay, cool. I'll text you tomorrow. I waited till 5:30 in the afternoon. Still nothing from him. Texted him, yo, what's the word? I'll have it to you by a couple days later, something like that.
Longest play ever.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just sitting there like, I'm already like, I can already see this shit unfolding in front of me. I'm like, oh no, yeah, this guy is not going to pay me. And then I think he only owed me like $120 or something like that. Like, it was a low amount. It was only like a 2-hour, 3-hour session or something like that. And he still wasn't paying me. And then it got to a point where I'm like, okay, dude, you're about to owe me more. You owe me more now. It's 180, not 120. And he starts tweaking. And he's like, bro, can we meet up and talk about this? I'm like, there's nothing to talk about. You said you would pay me by this time, that time, and the other time. Like, I'm like, you could have told me from the jump, I don't have the bread. I will get it to you by next week. If you tell me a time, I'll hold you accountable to it, and I'll be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? Money doesn't grow on trees, so just like, I'll suck it up and wait. But you have to be a man of your word, especially because he was trying to, be on some like hard shit where he's like this and that. I got my word on my balls, and that's all I have in this world type shit. And I'm like, so you're not being a man of your word. You're pretty much lying to me right now. So like, you definitely have to pay more if you ever want to come back to the studio. And he was like, bro, I need to see you face to face so we can be men about this. I'm like, bro, you already passed being a man because you're not a man of your word. And so then he would try and hit me up, this and that, this and that. And then he started threatening me. Even though I just quit responding to him, I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna take my losses. I'm down 120. I'm not even down 120, but he owes me 120. Okay,
Right.
cool. And then like, bro ended up in jail or something like that. And I just haven't heard from him since. I didn't need to hear from him again, bro. It's just like, if you're bad business, it's that simple. I won't see you again.
Right.
I don't do the funny business because like, in the line of music, you know what I'm saying, things get a little like misconstrued. Like, it's a kind of a fine line between like professionalism and everything the fuck else. And people like to try and mix those two. And I'm like, nah, bro, we're doing business. Like, if I don't care if this is your hobby, you just like, I don't go to the store and tell the cashier after I check out my bread, eggs, and milk for like, yo, can you just like, I'll get you back next week, or like, we're cool, we're homies. It's like, nah, bro, it's like, you don't go shopping without any money in hand, or so there's no point to come to the studio if you're not finna pay for it. And that's why I started like, after that moment, because that was like last year or something like that. I doubled down on like, yo, I know I've known you since high school, but you have to send the deposit right now if you want me to even put this in the calendar. I'm not even gonna let the studio know I'm coming until I know that you're coming and you're
Right.
paying.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do. I like how you compared it to the grocery store because it's like you don't bullshit the grocery store, and if you want to take yourself seriously enough, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta pay. So
Yeah.
that makes sense to me. And
But yeah, that's someone who I no longer work with. Like I said, I forgot bro's name because it was like I saw him for a few months. He was cool while he was there, and then he wasn't. So I didn't even need to remember that because it's not someone I'm worried about. What was your other question?
I was gonna say something a little bit more lighthearted.
All right, let's
I was gonna
take it.
say, what has been your favorite memory, music related or not, with 2099? Me, Josh, and James.
Josh.
Hey, Josh. Let me. I gotta think about this one for a second.
Go ahead.
Because we've had a bunch of good memories.
Aw, you love us.
Honestly, bro, recording the album, A Brand New Nose.
Right.
It was a little stressful for me, but nothing's ever gonna be the same of like seeing you like double fist like chocolate melt to the face. You know what I'm saying?
Chocolate milk and kosher dill pickles.
Yeah, bro. And them Clausens, bro, the pickles, like we just had a great time. Like I was like, of course, like a little spooked whenever we had gotten in trouble with the studio owner because we all slept there and shit. But it was like that was great time. You know what I'm saying? It was overall a great time.
That was a great time.
was.
Like the scary stories, we're pranking each other, and
Dude, yeah, the pranks, bro.
They got me good,
We
bro.
still need to get those like those
I
videos.
have all the
out.
footage. Actually, it's funny that you say that because I was literally just kind of scrolling through that footage in my timeline, and there's like all of us on the floor eating the Chinese food, and like just all these. I'm like, oh man, like to go back, like that was so fun. We'll never be that young again.
No, for
making
real.
our first record together again. That was
Yeah.
just, it was so cute to watch. It was so fun.
Like, bro, we even got Mr. Neon John on some vocals.
I know. Yeah.
Ooh,
Hella
yeah.
like how many beers situation, and he had enough beers. And he was like, I'm getting in that booth.
He's like, let me do it.
Yeah,
Like, oh shit. Yeah,
Love
so look for Neon John's vocals on Girls and Weed on the brand new record, Brand New
just
Nose.
doing backgrounds.
Yeah, that was a great time. Honestly, I'm going to butt in and I'm going to make you answer it after me, but I would say some of my favorite moments of all of us hanging out is like, even though it was probably not the best way to mix the album and we wasted a lot of our lives, like I would say like mixing, like waking up, like all just kind of looking around, eating burgers, mixing a song, and then playing Minecraft for like 2 weeks straight.
At least,
And just
yeah.
grinding Minecraft. Like that
Holy
was so
shit.
fun.
Dude,
Like
that 2 week phase was something serious, bro.
we were into that shit. Like our village is so lit.
It's
like
lit as fuck.
Bro, me and Josh would just get on in the middle of the night and just like,
One of these days on the podcast, and we have you on here, bro, we got to do a world tour.
oh yeah,
oh yeah, like just throw it right there and just like
Something
here's
like
his
that.
house, here's his house.
I need to finish my new house though. It's still like in construction.
We have to, bro. I'm waiting for
Oh, God.
it. That's some of my favorite like time.
Yeah, no, that was great.
What about you?
I think for me, even though during this time I was sick as fuck, I was sick as a fucking dog. When it was the freeze and we were doing Safe With Me, like
Oh, that was really cute.
bro. We were just cheesing so hard, like having such a great time. Like, it's a good song. Maybe not like the one I'd say I'm the most proudest of, but like
It's not a bad song. It's
No.
just like one of those songs that you make it so you hate it. Like a lot of people think it's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Like, but especially like making the song was freaking adorable. Like we're wearing beanies and we're drinking tea with honey to
all
try to
cold
fix my
outside,
voice. We're
yeah.
under the blanket recording vocals. And
Yeah.
there's snow and we're in Texas. Like like we recorded that song during the freeze. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, like that's rare. We only get one of those every like 2-3 years.
Right.
So like it was super fun. And then like me and James waking up all early to go drift the car and do stupid shit. Like it was real fun. I remember even being at like Shay and Lily and Hannah's and like kind of like being on their parking garage and like ice skating around because like we're trying to get to their door.
Oh,
to
yes,
go drink,
bro.
and like we're like whoop 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 whoop
Almost
whoop,
busting
Scooby-Doo,
my
like,
ass.
yeah, that was funny as fuck.
Yeah, but I would say like that was my favorite like experience with the four of us. Definitely. I have a question for Harry.
What's up, Josh?
What's been your greatest challenge working with 2099?
Is the bass on?
Yeah, you can only say one, by the way. You don't. This is not a multiple choice.
Well, I feel like is the bass on kind of encompasses like more than just like how loud the bass is in a mix.
Can you explain this inside joke to the audience
Yes,
a little bit?
please explain.
Well, to make it simple, we did all the mixing on these like older speakers that they have in the living room. And basically like I'm standing there mixing, they're all sitting behind me on the couch just like listening, doodling, doing whatever. And one of the things about the living room with those speakers and the whole combination of the setup is like it's a little hard to hear the bass in the living room.
Definitely. No sub either.
Yeah, there's no sub in there. It's like it goes down to like 80 hertz max. And they would always like it's kind of started as like one time like Luke, like I was turning the bass on and off to kind of show him like with and without. And Lucas is like, wait, is the bass on? And I was like, yeah, I just turned it on. And it just kind of like became a joke from that point forward. But like that, like I said, that kind of encompasses the whole fact of like you'll hear a lot of engineers kind of talk about like don't like do like the majority of the mix by yourself and then bring the artist in and have them do their touch-ups with you if you're doing a mix for them. But like I would pretty much start to finish the whole mix with them there. Like usually I would start like kind of like the levels and just like the overall kind of regular balance of the mix like on my headphones. And then I would like take it to the speakers and then we'd start tweaking things after I got it checked kind of like by the guys through the headphones. Just so we can have a few different points of reference. And then, of course, we go do a card test, hear it on the phone, listen to it for a few days, and go back and mix it. But, like, every song on this album probably has, like, 10 different mixes on it. And I'm sure there's probably, like...
Near 10 masters, too.
Oh, yeah, right.
Shark Boy 7.
Yeah.
On the master side.
Right, just mastering. And a lot of engineers, like, especially, like, you know, high-class professional engineers would probably kind of, like, wince at that. But it's really more of like the fact of like the approaches that I'm taking to mixing are definitely professional. But like when it comes to how I'm doing it interactively with the band, it helps me understand more their thought process and what they're looking for. And obviously I'm willing to put more time into that. I care about these dudes and their music. So
Love.
I really would just focus on like making them happy with it. And then once they got to where they liked, then I would kind of like, I would start with my 2 cents on the mix, then get their 2 cents, make it sound like how they wanted it to sound. And then if anything was a little bit out of place for me, I might tweak some things up. But I don't think there was ever like one time where I had to hit the whole like, oh, you want me to change this and start pretending to turn a knob or something like that. Because there are engineers who will do that, like just to like make an artist think something. But it's like, because it's like, I need to trust y'all need to trust me. You know what I'm saying? If I think the bass is too loud and you don't think the bass is too loud, then we have to go in the car so you can tell me the bass is too loud.
Right.
You know? But that's just how we have to get to those points. It doesn't just happen magically, you know? Even with the people who have hella like Grammy nominations and are professionals, like top of their industry, like of course you're gonna want to trust their judgment quicker off rip. But that's only because there was a long list of people before them who had to get to that point with them in order for them to have tracks that get to those positions and accolades.
Well said.
Very well said. And let me just defend myself a little bit. I love rap music.
Right.
Usually me, bass in the car all the way up. And it's been like that for 5+ years. Started on the 808s. Started with that. So it's definitely problematic. And there have been, and I will say, not to like try to shoot back because you weren't shooting at me, but there were times and there were certain things to where it was like we took it to the car and it was like, all right, Team 2099, like maybe they were right.
Yeah, no,
or
definitely.
like okay, wait, Harry got us,
Harry
like you
did
know, and
get
then
us a few
and then
times.
that's when we would decide, like okay, well he's right. Now we got to keep that, and I feel like I definitely learned a lot in that, and I want to take on like some sort of a project, maybe even a little bit further down the line, where I'm kind of responsible for mixing it, and that's what that inspired me into doing. But I think it was just a really healthy way to go about doing it, because even though it took longer and you know we set aside a lot of time, I don't think any of us would go back and change it because the product is so good. And like we even though all this shit, I had so much fun, like you know, like just mixing it, recording it, re-recording stuff. And now we're like what, 3 months into trying to work on this album or more.
Yeah, 3 months.
So you know, at the end of the day, it's not the crazy, you know, like
We're not on that
Sure, we
Tyler
had-
Creator shit where it's every 2 years. You know what I'm saying?
right. And then to keep in mind, our first album that you also did came out in December. So like workload wise, we're definitely pushing stuff out. Singles in between also that you did both of them. And so, you know, I don't think that we've got some sort of like crazy like,
Put an 808 in a rock song, by the way.
By the way,
by the way, we do anything by the way.
Yeah.
by the way.
There's a lot of surprises on the new album. I think
Go
you
listen
guys
to
will
Morning
like.
Routine if you haven't heard it.
Shout out Morning Routine on the first record.
I just want to say too, we're already working on number 3.
They are.
We're already working
already
on number 3.
halfway
Don't
done.
even ask me when it's coming out. I have no idea.
It's never coming.
Don't worry
out.
about it.
Do not worry about it. So, now guys, what has been the No, let me just not even make it a question. Let's talk about something.
Okay.
All right.
Let's talk about the San Marcos music scene.
Oh,
And
should we tell them that story real quick?
we can I feel like we can tell the story if we accept a little bit of humility on both sides.
Of course. Yeah, no, I definitely
Definitely.
I had to learn some things.
So all right, I think we can kind of spitball it. We got to work with these guys out of HHC Hip Hop Congress, right?
I wouldn't be able to tell you
Yeah,
what
okay.
that stands for. I don't know.
Okay, let's keep it that way. Hip Hop Congress. They invited us out to a show. We did a video shoot with them. Then we went to go play their show, and on the day, we had already been saucy a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Before we got there, you know, anytime we have a show, we're like, hey, we're partying, we're 2099. You know,
What you got to do?
we got a little posse with us. His family was with us.
The whole Benavides crew.
The whole Benavides family. And so it was a vibe. And let me just say, let me take a little responsibility on my end too. So Boycott the World, if you want to watch this whole podcast and isolate this moment, here you go. Harry came up to me and said, yo, I'm low-key telling people at the door it's $10.
Bro,
Like
right
way
before-
early on.
Right
Yeah.
before we went on, James comes up to me. He's like, yo, Harry's charging people. Don't tell anyone. I'm like, bet.
I was like,
I did not think it would blow up. Free show, by
I'm
the way.
saying like
show.
hella my bad. Like especially it's like it's not as cool to do when you're part of the music scene and trying to help out other creators, and like especially for those guys who like put together an event for us to pop out at. I had some bad habits from like high school parties. Me and the homies would go and definitely charge at the door for the love of the game. And that wasn't a high school party, and it wasn't just total bullshit, drunk people everywhere. Like there was a specific reason people were there. It was to support their local music scene, and to do that to those people is definitely a shot towards them. So like I like, you know, consider this a public apology. No black and white screen and no tears, but like definitely my bad.
Definitely his bad, and definitely my bad a little bit too, because like he definitely told me that. And I was like, I kind of just thought, I was like, oh, like, haha. And then like I just moved on.
Yeah.
Like
I
it
thought
didn't
nothing
register
of
to me. It didn't register to me that this was like absolutely going against blah blah blah, and like you know what I'm saying? Like
I did not think it would blow up in her face. It's like
yeah, like I was like, oh, how funny. Like that's all I kind of thought, and that's also my bad.
that. Yeah.
And so
It was on me
we're on
too.
stage, and I'm like looking for Harry. Like I keep in mind I'm off the Michelob Ultra Bullets, like the tall boys, and I'm like I already forgot. Like I already forgot that you were doing that. I'm on stage and I'm like Harrison Cruz, please help me. I can't hear my vocal. Please come to the front. And the investigators of this promotion, Mr. Chump.wave and what's Triple I, Boycott the World, God Bless Their Souls, and Mad Eye, and everybody else involved with that show. We meant you guys no harm. We love everything you guys are doing, and we'd love to do another show. They're looking for him, and all they have is his government name on Cash App. So I'm screaming the name in the mic in the middle of the set. Keep in mind, this is the first time I've taken a beta blocker, and my betas are also blocked. I'm completely in my underwear. I'm like, shout out. They had a lemonade stand. I'm like, shout out lemonade, shout out college, shout out music.
That was my favorite one, bro.
Like literally just like losing my mind on stage, screaming his name. He's like hiding, and then as soon as I get off stage, like. Somebody comes up to me and they're like, yo, like, they're on to Harry, blah, blah, blah. And then the Mission Impossible music just starts playing again, like, dun, 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 dun. I come up to them, I'm like, y'all gotta pack this up. We gotta go. I'm like, he's caught.
Because I called you, too.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, Lucas, unlock the car. I need to hide. I'm in the backyard right now hiding for my dear life. Because, like, I was just like, I took off my jacket, put like a hat on or some shit like that. No, I was sitting there asking Matt because Matt had like a head wrap on to hold his locks up. I was like, Matt, need the head wrap. Maybe it was a ski, maybe it was a beanie. I don't know what it was, but I was like, I need it. Some shit. He was like, no. And I was like, oh God, please help me, Matt.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Their friend makes them, and they're expensive.
Oh, no wonder he wouldn't give it to me, bro.
Yeah, I had asked them for one of them when we were at the other shit.
And I swear that was like what maybe I forgot to ask Meech, but like that I swear that was like one of the 3 moments I've ever met Meech when he didn't have a hat on. And Meech always has like a beanie on.
Oh man, that was crazy. And then we got in an altercation in the parking lot because he was in my car and like they're like I'm like, what's going on? Like I'm all drunk. I'm like, what's going on here? And they're like, yeah, he did this and that. I'm like, oh yeah, did he? Well, where's your door guy? And I was like really cheesing, and they're like, and I'm like, yeah, like don't invite me to your show if you're not gonna have a door guy,
bro.
It's not our fault.
Mind you, I'm standing behind the car while they're loading up, and I see them walk out, and as they're walking over, I like slowly move to the other side of the car, like we're just both on one side of the car from one another, and I'm like hiding behind like the part between the 2 windows, like perfectly aligned. I was like definitely on my Mission Impossible shit too, where I'm like they're right there. Let me rotate, you know what I'm saying? I was feeling like the man for a second. But I was also drunk, just like happy as can be, just bullshitting. And
look, it was all after like we were done bullshitting. It was all apologies.
Yeah, no.
If I could, this story's funny, but if I could go take backs, I would go take backs.
Yeah.
Like he said at the beginning, supporting artists any size is all we're about. Supporting people who want to promote music and bring people together is definitely what we're about. Number one, first and foremost, under any circumstances. So we try to do our best to kind of reconcile that. And like I said, if those HHC guys or any of the guys on the lineup want to do anything ever again, we're totally open to it. And it sounds like a great time. I mean, we should even have them on the pod or whatever because
that'd be cool.
They were really cool people, and we were very sorry. But I'm sure they know also that when it comes to like shows and stuff, I mean, it's a balance for us too. We're young guys and we're out here in the scene, and sometimes it can get confusing, especially with the ego and the, sometimes
there's a lot of moving parts.
There's a lot of moving parts, and it's easy to kind of forget what you really stand for at times. And that was definitely one of those moments.
Yeah. I had plenty of people talking to me afterwards, all my own friends who were like, Harry, the fuck were you thinking? The whole band gave me a talk. Then they gave me another talk, and then Dunfor gave me a talk, and then Dunfor and the band gave me a talk.
Bro got a handful of talking tos.
Yeah, bro. I mean,
rightfully so.
Rightfully so.
I want to add too. This show was supposed to be outside at a park, but it was raining, fucking dick and balls. So if it wasn't raining, that probably would have never happened. But it was raining.
True that. Yeah. Shout out Mother Nature though. She be making it rain.
Love rain. We need it, especially here in Texas. We've been in drought for fucking ever. We need that shit.
It's pretty rough. Dude, I saw you ask a question the other night to the Perks and the guys. What is I'm gonna ask it to you now.
Okay.
Shit.
Because I remember your answer from the other night, but you can't self-promote on this answer. You need to give me your honest opinion.
Oh, I already know what you're gonna ask. What projects am I excited for?
Yeah.
Ooh. Honestly, and keep in mind, guys, I am the biggest fucking prick you will ever meet in your life. I'm the first person to tell you I don't like something, even if it's something great. I will find something to dislike about it so quick, and I think that's what makes me a good artist in some ways, but in other ways, no. So I'm gonna be really honest about what I'm excited for. I'm excited for the people I know to drop because I'm a very close-minded guy, and even if you do something good, it's almost like more of a reason for me to be like, okay, your next thing is just gonna be a flop. So like even the songs that are like hits right now from guys that I don't really know, I'm trained to be not excited for their first record. So I'm gonna specifically stick to the people that I know have done good for this amount of time. So I would say one of those people, and I'm kind of biased because I met him and he took a CD from my CD stand when we were doing Safe With Me. We got a picture with him. It was very fun. Mr. Percaso.
Okay.
I think he had the best. I
Away?
was a big hater of all the sets I saw at Rolling Loud. I was like, I see no differences. What is this rage slop? And I saw his performance and I was like, man, this kid is a rock star.
Yeah, is
and
he like 17?
He's young.
Maybe 18?
He's young.
I don't care.
I know he's young.
His aura goes like different than age, and he's like, he's really crazy. And I'm excited to see what he has in store. And then on the same coin, like he said, like a Trent said the other day, like a lot of my buddies are supposed to be on that record, so that's something I could really get behind.
Bro, Perks was telling me I got one with Percaso.
So that would be super cool. And
Yeah.
that would be super good for him and for all of us. So definitely Percaso, we love to see what you're doing. If you want to include the Done For guys and whatever you got going on. Next time you're in Austin, I will be coming to see you, and I haven't said that about a rap artist, Mr. Unk himself, in about 3 years. So consider yourself special. And then on the same coin with that, someone who will always have a special place in my heart is Mr. Ashwin Plug.
Hell yeah.
And
shout out Ash.
I still listen to his last record, Guapolitics.
Oh, yeah.
And Jaw dropped.
Guapolitics.
Guapolitics?
Guapolitics.
I mean, look, we could go back and forth all day. To me, it's Guapolitics.
Okay, bet. You got it.
I still listen to that record all the time. I love Jaw Drop. That put me on Dead Right. We did a visualizer with you guys' song. And I really like that vibe. And I think people who haven't heard Ash yet, I think that's the main thing. It's just people haven't heard Ash yet.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he's one of those people that needs to evolve his sound or anything. He's got the sound. He's got the catalog. He's got the music. He just really needs to get heard. And he's definitely, I don't know him, like, he's not my best buddy or anything, but we're kind of acquainted. And from what I've seen from an outside perspective, he's a man who knows how he likes to do things, and he doesn't really go outside of that box.
Yeah.
So I think he's kind of on the same shit that I'm on, where it's like he's on a 45-degree angle, which is like what I like from artists. He's not looking for that pop and then the inevitable drop-off. He's on that, like, kind of like steady build, which I really fuck with seeing from people. Also, got to give a shout out to the Bass Negative Squad. Swagzilla's going crazy.
Yeah.
They're all going crazy. I mean, their songs are undeniable. Look, it's not something that I would go out of my way to listen to because I'm a little bit unked out. But I mean, shawty, shawty, go. Shawty, shawty, go. Or like, I'm feeling so adjusted. Like, you can't, like, you hear that on Instagram, you're like, okay, like, they've got a little thing going. And it's multiple people, which I love to see. I love to see when people are grouped up. Now, Josh, you can kind of help me with this one, but I don't know what's going on in rock, and I'm not really excited for anything. I think kind of screamo has like its own, like, it's kind of like having its own like revival, like screamo, emo, kind of like I don't know, what's that, Pierce the Veil, Hail the Sun kind of sound, but even further.
Right.
It's like the more screaming and more guitar, the better.
You know about Dance Gavin Dance? You ever heard of that?
I've heard of it, but I
Name is
couldn't
familiar, but-
like name any songs. I will say though, I consider us like the opposite of that. Like I don't like what they're doing, and so I feel kind of disconnected from the rock community, and I feel like that's why gigging wise and kind of like community wise we're a little bit more alienated, and that's why we hang with kind of the hip hop guys, is because we're not just raging. You know, it's a little bit, and of course there's thought behind what you guys are doing too, but I see us as kind of a different lane. So I'm not excited for any of the bands that are doing really good right now, which are like kind of the screamo, emo kind of cool bands that are coming up, which are, you guys are cool, and you got this, it's super like, it's like the early 2000s nostalgia, but to me that nostalgia is too early. You know what I'm saying? That was like not even 18, 20 years ago that we're still doing that stuff. So I personally, I don't know a project, and I keep in mind I'm a rock musician with a project coming out. I couldn't name you one project that I'm excited for
either.
or that I've even listened to in the last couple of years that I enjoyed. And that's just just from, you can, if you've heard anything, you can let me know.
He's unked out. I'm gramped out. Everything I listened to came out fucking at least 40 years ago. So, I mean, I'm just kind of disconnected from both, like, what would it be, genres, I guess?
Yeah.
Both of like
Scenes.
the scenes that are happening between rock and rap. I'm just very disconnected.
Well,
But I think that's what kind of gives me my own personal sauce. The fact that I'm disconnected kind of enables me to just not give a fuck when it comes to what I play and how I play it. Like, I just do what I want, and I'm not thinking about, okay, well, how did this person do it? How did this guy, like, what did he think about when he was doing this? I'm just like, I'm entirely myself in it, which is like, I'm honestly proud of. I'm very proud of that.
I think that's such important sauce, because whenever somebody does go up rock adjacent, people are so quick to tell me like I've only got a couple examples, but like, okay, McGee, like kind of the McGee sound where he's doing that like spacey kind of stuff, and then he's got, it's like everybody thinks just because you have a guitar that it's somehow roped into the same, like it's like, look, I'm not gonna even try to make anything like McGee because I don't like that music.
what about James Blunt?
James Blunt or Dean Blunt?
Dean Blunt.
Dean Blunt. I can get behind a little Dean Blunt. I like the sad shit. I think he's cool, but at the same time, I don't make that kind of music. He's kind of more spoken wordy with it.
Right.
And what else? Like when Turnstile came out, we kind of got compared to Turnstile because the first record had a little bit of that like Fly Again sound, or that like. But at the same time, it's like, look, I don't want to be put in a box with these people. I'm not going to try to do what they do. And I could have put us in a box. I could have been like, hey, use this reference mix. This is the biggest band in the world right now. Put them, let's reference their tracks because we're kind of like them. But that would have, that would have ruined it.
Your references were just mainly like songs that were in rock history that you really liked.
Yeah.
Like Stone Temple Pilots and like a Nirvana song. And it's just like, you guys aren't necessarily playing stuff like that, but you like just like the way that their shit was mixed.
Definitely. The sound of it's hella important to me. I give a fuck what the song's contents are, but like
Can you hear the kick?
How it sounds is definitely very important to me.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, before we move on, I just want to give a shout out to a couple bands. I don't hate every band. I actually was really impressed with performances by French Film.
Hell yeah.
I liked how, even though they were in a setting that felt like it wasn't very like normal to them, it was definitely like kind of a more, for lack of a better word, ghetto show than they're used to. They were doing some really cool stuff where they would switch instruments and somebody would get on the mic mid-song, and I was like, this is super dope. I was like, I really liked watching French Film. Nilsa No One is always going to have a special place in my heart. I really love their songs. The one about the electromagnetic tello, whatever. I mean, it's their songwriting. It just takes you on a journey.
It's very good songwriting.
It's very good songwriting, and it's like those are the types of bands that really make me think like, how did you think of that? And like I really look up to them in that way, but I'm not very like optimistic that they will be. Because the climate of music right now is like the barrier to entry is so crazy, and they've been a band for so much longer than us, and I look at the content that they're doing, and I'm like, as harmful as it is to say it, look, we're sitting in front of a camera for a reason. And so, when it's a double-edged sword. You have to be gigging as much as you're kind of promoting, and you have to
Right.
be writing as much as you're making the music videos, and you have to be running like nowadays, like especially if you want to
Totally.
even break into a conversation, you have to get to another level. And there's a reason why in 8 months that, despite not playing shows for 5 years straight, we're almost to the place of all these bands who have been going for way longer than us. Now, I would like to give one more shout out to Menorah, because I think they've kind of found their footing now with the content. I like how they're kind of playing into the fact that he looks like Eddie Vedder, and they're kind of self-humility with it. They're like, Eddie Vedder's son does this, or like, and then they have their cool music videos. I love that. Like, I think that's super fun.
That's how you grab people's attention, because like, who's gonna go online and look up like, yo, who is Eddie Vedder's son? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, oh, AI overview, just like that. Like, I don't know, but this guy in Menorah, blah blah. Like, I can see that coming really soon for them.
Well, that really brings me into the kind of topic I was thinking about a second ago, especially whenever you started talking about, hey, listen to things from like 40 years ago. The music scene, the music business and industry was in a very different place through
Definitely.
the 70s, 80s, and 90s than it
Definitely.
was even in the early 2000s to right now specifically, because I imagine there was just as many people back in the day doing music as there are now, but the way that you can see them and have access to them has been completely opened up in a totally different light. So now it's because like back in the day, if you really wanted to have something at all, you had to get in front of some sort of businessman who had something to do with the label, who could be an investor, to be able to get some money, to go to the studio, to promote your stuff, to do big shows in cities at big venues. And that's how like classics were made. Partially just because that's what got pushed to the people. Now it's
Right.
so much harder to make a classic, quote unquote, because everyone has access to SoundCloud. Everyone has access to Spotify. Everyone has access to Apple Music. You can post a song, you can promote a song based upon just doing that, but obviously there's still going to be budget in line with that and labels, but it's not as worried about anymore. So many people have gotten famous independently, and I imagine most bands nowadays, even if they do sign to a label in some form or capacity, are still going to take a more of an independent route, especially with the way that label deals now are, because labels have lost so much money over the years that they don't really give out the same amount of money that they used to. Now the money that they give out, just like in most label deals, is always going to be needed to be recuperated back, but they're putting way less into it. They're going to give you a $250,000 budget for everything instead of just a $250,000 studio budget, strictly for the recording and mixing of your album, with another $250,000 for promotion. Because especially with inflation nowadays, you're going to, it's more like $2 million to be able to go to the studio professionally, get it mixed and mastered professionally, have your promotion pop that hard, do your shows, have your live sound rig set up, like all this extra stuff. And so it's just a completely different market nowadays. And so it's going to be way harder. Even the only reason people can do the rap stuff so popularly nowadays is because they can go viral online. You know what I'm saying? Like they can have some sort of joke set up, and then you have people like Too Slimy, and it's like half the reason his music's so big is because it's like somewhat of a joke in a way. But like we've had so many rappers throughout the years not want to push that into a where like too self-conscious to be made fun of, where they have to present themselves a certain type of way. Now he's gonna go on stage. You see what he performed in? He was in the Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson, I just saw that.
Yeah, you know
and
what
he
I'm
did
saying?
the like stand there.
Yes, but
and take the glasses off.
right, and that's perfect because it's like we just had a Michael Jackson movie. He's back on the billboards again.
Right.
So it's
He's
like
playing into it.
yeah, it's hella playing into it vibes nowadays. If you want to be on your independent shit without a label and hundreds of thousands of dollars behind you to really push that, you know what I'm saying? Especially because of radio's not really a thing anymore. People turn on the radio just to turn it down when you're in an Uber or some shit like that.
Right. I haven't heard about anybody being on like turning on the radio in a while.
And you're still gonna hear the same people on the radio like Drake and Taylor Swift and whoever else is in that sort of market, but that's just because they were already on the radio 10 years ago.
Right. And I feel like that's what labels are doing wrong. I mean, who am I to say? But like, so the budgets that they are giving out that are still good, I feel like they're giving them out to the safe bets,
Right.
which is like the reason why labels are struggling so hard. It's like, okay, you gave all this money to Drake and Taylor Swift again, and it worked. But then you go to an artist like maybe like, not to throw them under the bus, but like you go to like a Halsey or a G-Eazy, where maybe they fell off, but they were super big like 10 years ago. And so like, but you're like, oh, but they're safe. And instead of going with the independent, you go with them. And then now they've got this idea that, oh, like everybody's losing money or blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, well, you just sent these people to the studio to, you're not trying anything. And so that's why people don't even like try to go to anywhere to do anything anymore. And they're looking for all these other methods. And it's literally gotten to the point where artists are trying to trick you into engaging with their music. And to kind of point to somebody who, shout out to them for doing this, Dexter and the Moonrocks, taking pills and sleeping in a car, like getting to #1 rock band in the USA or whatever it was, just off of kind of building that white boy remember who you are meme, is like, now you've got people like us looking at that. You've got everybody looking at you thinking, how do I sneak my way in? Because the second the audience sees you say something like this out now, it's like almost like a turnoff. Like they don't want to be told what to do. And if you've got something where like, oh, that video is so cool, and look at like all these behind the scenes. Like I see more behind the scenes of the music video videos than music video videos. Like all this for a shot, ... and then it's the boom, and then it's like, okay, the music is afterthought. And it's like, in my opinion, the music isn't that good. So like, it's all about tricking somebody into wanting to do this or that when, they could have, like I think the 45-degree angle, like I'm talking about with Ash back then, it's like, our approach is like, just do everything we're proud of, keep going little by little, and whenever we catch that lightning, we catch that lightning. Because as much as people have told me all the time, like, hey, like, we don't really want to see, or like we want to see, like, or the people want to see you do this or that, or they want to see you make this reel, or you got to make these kind of reels, and you got to put the captions here. At the end of the day, this music is for us, and that's what's going to set us apart from other people. And we don't want to like make it like a mockery, and that's a lot of artists' downfall. And if that's how we go out, that's how we go out. But I think that, that kind of stuff will come naturally.
Right.
I don't want to like just be throwing ourselves under the bus all the time. Like, oh, we're got this reel and that reel, like I think eventually like if you're an artist and you're watching this right now, I think if you're looking at me in 8 months, I haven't, people have blown up in 30 days and been way bigger than me. But in 8 months, I've been able to play shows and get to a place where I never thought I would be before. And I would say my advice to you is just do what you like at a pace that you're okay with doing it, and you will get to wherever you need to be. Like you'll stair step, you'll get to the next step and keep going, because I don't think that there's a world where everything that we worked on in the last album, or us and Nick worked on for the imagery, goes unnoticed. I mean, right. I think there's two sides to it for sure. I mean, there's definitely a counter argument where it's like, that's what everybody's doing now. But I want to ask you guys this. You think Too Slimy is going to last? You think those people, you think Dexter and the Moonrocks, I mean, not to throw them under the bus, but do you think they're going to hold on after that? They're going to make a record that stands up to that 10 seconds that everybody loves?
I think it really depends on how they build their fan base. Because sure, you don't have to be the #1 top artist in the world, but if you can sell out a show of a few thousand people steadily every 3 months, like, you're going to be making money. You're going to be continuing your streams. You're going to be continuing your, but it requires a different level of like fan building and still like interest, but also like people's mindset towards music is different nowadays. There's always something new, so it's like you don't always have to be changing everything you're doing, but you still have to keep your fan base intrigued in one way or the other. However that may be, whether it's musically or content-wise or merchandise-wise. But I think that's part of the reason why, like, building your way up into trying to get brand deals and sponsorships and stuff like that is really important, because it's then you get shit where it's like, remember whenever 2 Chainz was doing, like, most expensivest shit?
Yeah, I do remember that.
He's, like, that's really smart businessman plays. Like it gets to a point in music where it's really about the business. And it's like, okay, you can take this out of music. You can use your face for other things that
Right.
is somewhat adjacent.
And at that time, when that stuff was coming out, I couldn't name one 2 Chainz song, but I definitely knew who he was.
Exactly. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know?
Like all of his classics are from 10, 15 years ago,
Right.
but he knows how to still maintain his position in the industry and feel like he's still famous, even though like obviously he's a famous person, you know the name 2 Chainz, but it's like he doesn't have to be making a bunch of new music, even though like no, his recent like the most recent thing I know from 2 Chainz is the album that he did with Larry June and The Alchemist. And that was awesome because, like, you don't usually hear 2 Chainz on too many boom bap soundtracks and stuff like that, especially ones that are bigger in the modern day scene, like for the Griselda team. And so, like, people would still care about that from 2 Chainz because he's maintained some form of capacity in the media, whether that's in a fucking Colgate commercial or, you know, same thing with like Terry Crews and doing what's it called?
Old Spice.
Old Spice. Thank you. He's keeping his face somewhere where people are gonna see it. People are gonna remember who he was for his accolades. Sure, White Chicks is a movie that's like 10, 15 years old, maybe even 20. I don't remember when it came out. But anytime you see Terry Crews' face now in an Old Spice commercial, you start thinking about if I could, you know, 1,000 like
Yeah.
because he's sitting in that convertible like way back then, like, having a funny scene in a movie that he was part of, a smaller part of than the Wayans brothers, of course. And so it's like things like that, I feel like, is how someone can maintain that. So if Too
Right.
Slimy starts doing these, like, just as an example for Too Slimy, like,
Kind of like how he is with the Michael Jackson thing.
right, you know
Because
what
I
I'm
still
saying?
saw that.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know a single Too Slimy song. I've never listened to a Too Slimy
No.
song. It's not necessarily my bag of Skittles.
Right.
But I can respect him for like the way he's maintained his presence in the media. Same thing with like 6ix9ine. Bro doesn't really drop music like that, and even if he does, I'm not listening to it. But I'll still see when he's doing those interviews being funny as shit, like
Yeah.
saying some out of pocket ass shit because he knows that's what's gonna keep him on someone's timeline. Because like that's and but then it depends on how you can market off of that, you know.
Right.
Like, it's one thing to pay to go get an interview. It's another thing to get paid to have an interview. And if people want to pay you to have an interview on their platform, then I feel like you're still doing it right. Because being big in the music scene isn't always about being the top streaming artist. But then there's also people like Youngboy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been in the game for like at least 10 to 15 years now. I think his first album was in like 2012 or something like that. And he has a solid fan base who will tell you, most of his fans are going to tell you he's the best artist ever. And I can respect that.
I've heard that a lot from
You know-
the NBA fans.
And it's like, the one thing that I can't argue with is he has crazy sellout shows. He has a lot of music. Sure, a lot of his music sounds the same, but he's not afraid to stay in his pocket. You know what I'm saying? There's a million Youngboy type beats out there on YouTube because he's such a successful artist in his range. He doesn't need to be the number one streamed artist ever, but he has a lot of high streams. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like what's hard is since everyone knows people like Drake and Taylor Swift, they're always trying to aim for that. But it's like, out of 7-8 billion people in the world, there's only one Drake, there's only one Taylor Swift. Even if it's
Right.
on a shady business deal, too much jet fumes, pedophile allegations, whatever it is, it's like they've gotten to that position and now they're going to do their whole life's work to maintain that position. And it's like, at the end of the day, ratio wise, there's not that many people who can do something like that. Not because of like what it is and isn't capable. It's just like who's gotten into that position. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not everyone can be the president, but someone's going to get into office and then they're going to be the president. And there's still one out of however many Americans there are who is that. And they did it one way or the other. And yeah, I'm sure there's a lot that has to do with business, money, who they know. But it's like, if someone is in that position and they're not taking advantage of it, that's how the next guy gets up on them.
No, definitely. So just to kind of clarify, you're saying that 45-degree angle, that Youngboy is an example of that, as opposed to somebody who kind of like rode
Right.
the dip down, like maybe a 6ix9ine.
Yeah. Even like Lucky.
Right.
Lucky's been making music for 10, 10 to 15 years as well.
Right.
And he's still big, and people still listen to his music, and he's a much more like household name now in the rap game. And that's just because he stayed consistent. He started getting newer features. He started getting better quality mixes. He started just like promoting his stuff a little bit more. But he just grew his fan base because he made music that he liked. People liked that music, and then he just kept doing that until you have enough people where you can go on tour, and you can do other things, you know. And so it's always going to be a push and pull between like, do I want to blow up quick? Do I want to take the slow route? Do I want to go network my ass off around different rich people and try and find investors? And I think it's all three. Because there are some songs from people like Lucky or Youngboy that have blown up. And that just boosts whatever fan base they have a little bit more. Because now it's like someone hears a song on a reel or sees a post from that person that blows up online, and they're like, okay, let me go check them out. And since they've been doing that fan base building, boom, now they get this boost in their numbers. And if they're smart, since they already have a fan base and a boost in their numbers, that's a way easier like plate to bring to someone like an investor or some rich person to be like, hey, I already have a fan base. My shit just blew up some more. Invest in me. Whether it's a label or a private investor or whatever it is. You know, that's how you really take advantage of those like three things all in one. Because I feel like it's not one or the other. You have to be able to manage all that together. And you know, if you're smart, you can do it in under 5 years to where you start making enough money off your music to just live off of it without having to be number 1, number 10, top 200 in America. If you have a solid enough fan base and you know how to market and you know how to advertise and create merchandise, just a way to start pulling in multiple routes of income from whatever you got going on, then I feel like that's making it in music. You don't have to be top whatever to make it in music. I think making it in music is like being able to live off of what you're doing.
That is definitely the point, especially as a band, like, because we got to go. It's 3 times as hard for us. If it's a 5-piece band, it's 5 times as hard. I feel like for us, definitely, to be able to live off of music is it's so far from what even seems like it could be possible. And then, like you're saying, there's only one Drake, there's only one Taylor Swift, but it's still a very stupid, small amount of people who are able to live off of their art.
Right.
And so I think getting to that point, if you're smart enough and you make the right decisions, is definitely a great, great feat. And there's plenty of ways you can do it. Like we were talking about earlier, we could do a Patreon, you know, like there's a lot of people. I mean, I remember Alec, shout out Fiasco Sounds, telling me,
Alec.
he was telling me way back in the day, like, bro, if you have 100,000 people, you never have to work again if you do it the right way.
Right.
And so there's definitely avenues to where the smaller artists, like I mentioned earlier, could still really benefit from what they're doing. And there's nothing wrong with people doing it for the love of the game. Like, absolutely not. If this is what you love to do and you're balancing it with your work, that's cool. You know, your art lives forever, so you're doing something good either way. But I don't know. I mean, we could kind of flip coins and look at other people's success, but I think there's another part of it too where it's like everything kind of happens for a reason, and as much as you could try to speculate, or you could be the best band ever and you could just get the short end of the stick and nobody will ever hear you, and you could be the worst band ever and maybe you blow up and then you got to ride that 6ix9ine thing where you're just in interviews later or whatever it is. Like, there's really no way to tell, but if you're in the game like we are, you know, you should not feel alone. Have respect for yourself, be passionate in what you do. I mean, it's easy this is kind of a segue into something else I feel like we should talk about. I feel like it's really easy to be counted out as somebody who is not pursuing a 9-to-5 job, which is definitely a topic that people have been talking about forever, the difference between people who respect that they're in a normal job or that they don't. But it really is stigmatized, and it really does. I really do hear it more than anything else, like just the kind of getting counted out for what I do, or like getting kind of like the side eye. And then especially growing up, because like I had decided I wanted to do this since I was like 16 years old. Like at 16 years old, I was telling people, I'm going to be a rock star, and blah, blah, blah. And obviously, that's no smart way to put it. But, I mean, everybody would tell me, what's your plan B? What are you going to do? It's not going to work out. You need to be ready for it. And then what about this and what about that? And you know, it's something that we all have to deal with. I want to kind of pass it to you guys. How have you guys, or what were your experiences with like people kind of not really understanding what you wanted to do with your journey?
You go first, Josh.
Definitely same story. I mean, like, being a musician has been something I've wanted to do forever. Like, I mean like as long as I can remember. Like, I've wanted to do this. Like, elementary school job fair, they're like, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up? I'm like, I want to be a musician. I've always known that. I didn't really start pursuing it till like I was about the same age as Luke, like 15, 16. I was like, all right, bet this is like what I'm going to do till I die. And it was the same thing. Like, everybody I would tell that, they'd say like, you know, do something else or like have a backup plan, because it's such a hard industry to make a living off of. Like, and even just supporting yourself just enough to not need to work a second job. Because like, I think that's one of my biggest struggles with doing what we're doing right now, is having to still work at the same time as I'm trying to basically build a business. I mean, like, we talk about it all the time. What we're doing right now, yes, we're playing music, but the way we have to go about it is creating a business.
It's a product.
We're creating a product, we're selling something, and definitely finding that balance is one of my biggest struggles in this industry. But I mean, yeah, it's the same thing. Everybody's always like, you know, did you think about trying this? I will say though, after I moved to Austin, less people have been like that. More people have been like, oh, that's so cool. Like, what's your band name? What do y'all do? Where do y'all play at?
Right.
But like, growing up, everybody I ever told, they were like, yo, go to fucking college, like, be a normal jit, and you know, be normal, and then do that. But like, I think what a lot of people fail to realize is that like, a successful music career entirely relies on your youth. You know, like, I can only carry all my drums and like move the sub or move all this shit for so long before like my back gives out and I can't do
Yeah.
it anymore.
Yeah.
And like, God forbid that happens anytime soon. You know, I hope I have a long career of playing music. I want to be doing this shit, like walking on stage with a cane and then rocking drums and then, you know, taking my cane off. But, you know, it's such like, you can't put music off to like get your shit figured out first. You have to like go all in. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to support yourself in music or support yourself through music.
Right. I want to give a quick shout out to my father, because the whole time I was growing up, he had this kind of perspective of, hey, you can do that after school once you have a job. And then once you got that, then go back and do music, and then go do music. And then I think we kind of wrestled with that for a long time, and until eventually it had turned into the opposite, where he had realized how important it was to me. And he kind of got a little bit more insight. And I remember the kind of flip. It was kind of whenever you came around that he was like, or just before you came around, like I must have been late 19, early 20 years old. And he was like, all right, if you still want to do this right now, like he's watching the clock. I mean, his perspective on time is different. He's like, you got to do it now. I was telling him at 20 that I wanted to wait a year and then start. And he told me, do not do that. Start right now. And that advice is what set me on the path to kind of feeling like a real professional musician, which I am now, like, because now we're getting paid for gigs and we've got all these opportunities. And, you know, you're right. Like, there's the reality of how long are you going to be able to do this, and how long are people going to want to see your face? Yeah. Because there's a real, like, another part of it where it's like people are going to be like, I mean, that's the whole meme on Instagram right now. Like, bro's pushing 30 and he did this. Bro's pushing 30 and he did that. And
Right.
we're already on the other end of the stick where it's like everybody wants the 17-year-old profit. And it's like, okay, for me, that was getting almost near 5 years ago. So it's definitely a struggle, but I think we're in it in the right time.
Definitely.
What's been your experience? Have you had any pushback with trying to do this?
I feel like I was a little bit lucky because, well, first off, I started getting into production and engineering in the 6th grade. It was 6th grade going into 7th grade that summer. Uh, and I basically like started like I tried to crack FL Studio and shit on my laptop, and I started like fucking around with it, and like I was already in the band and musically inclined, and like my family was kind of into music and shit, and so whenever it was about 7th or 8th grade, like I got in trouble like selling vapes at school and shit, being a little badass kid. And I was like fighting a felony case because I had some weed on me at school. Like I had a cart back then; it was a felony to have it at school, and I had to go to alternative school, and everything I got was taken away. My room was emptied out. But my parents knew how much I loved to work on my computer doing music production, and they were like, "Yo, like you can still do that because we don't want to stunt your creativity. Like we want you to be at least doing something, and that obviously is like a more healthy thing to do. Like just go make your beats or whatever." And so like off the rip, they were already kind of being like super supportive of me doing something musical, especially just even though I was like just middle school. They weren't too like they were thinking about my future, but they were like we still got a few years before we have to worry about college or anything like that. And then by the time I was in high school, I was already recording local artists and dudes at my school who like to rap and sing and stuff like that. And they saw me doing that, and I wasn't like necessarily charging yet, but they could tell that I was into it, and I would show them things, and sometimes they'd be like, "Whoa, this is actually good!" Like I could like tell like this is like a song. It's not just like someone beating on a fucking box in their room or some shit like that. And then middle of high school, like my dad, he's all like both my parents are always like, if I want to do something, let's figure out the best way for you to do it. So whenever I started realizing I really liked engineering and producing, they were like, okay, that's awesome. Like we know the music industry's rough and it's hard to make music in. Like my uncle went to Berkeley for like jazz music and shit, but like never got anywhere with it. Top rated school in the fucking country, but like how can you be a jazz bassist and just get paid all the time unless you're doing all the XYZ, you know? So my dad was like, okay, you're into producing and recording and mixing. Let's find a way for you to take this into some form of a career and make money off of it and have it be your life. Like he started doing research for me, like looking into different schools and different programs and kind of like opportunities for job and stuff like that, especially because he's always been somewhat music adjacent because he does like video and photography. So there's plenty of opportunities where it's like AV stuff, and he, his companies do shit with like fucking TV shows and stuff like that, the stuff that he works for because of like lighting and cameras all over the media always. And so he basically like from a younger age, he was like, okay, like let's find something for you to go to school for this so you can have a degree in it, and then hopefully through that you get more skill, get a bigger network, and can find your way through the industry, especially because like being a salesman like he is, my father is, especially in the photography scene, he kind of had to come up real independently and learn his own business things and do all his own research. And so he understands like if you want to get something in a game that's ran by a certain industry, you have to do it independently until you can break into some larger company or form or factor that you can start making money through, whether it's a label or a bigger studio or whatever it is, a music group, in my position at least. So he helped me find a music school that I went to, not a music school, but an audio engineering school that I went to get my degree. And that, at least my close family members have always been like, if that's what you're doing and you love it and you're good at it and people respect you for it, then do it. Because like I grew up in a family that was like, whatever work you're doing, if you're taking as much pride in your work as possible, that means you're working as hard as you can, which can usually only end up with some form of success, whether that's just local success or people recognizing you for what you do, your peers commending you, then they think of that as success in a form because they don't need anyone to be the richest because riches come through more than just money. But I feel like, of course, like, well, I mean, even then, like, I was making some hard ass beats in like middle school and high school. So all my friends were always like, damn, Harry, just keep going. So like I feel like I was lucky enough to never be around too many people who were like, "Yo, bro, fuck off." Like, cause my parents were like, "Yeah, we'd love for you to go to college and get a degree. Let's see how you can get a degree in production and engineering." You know what I'm saying? Instead of just being like, go to college for a fucking communications degree and get drunk every day at Texas State. You know what I'm saying? Some stupid shit. So it's like, for real. So like that's where I feel like I really got lucky. Like my parents just have always been supportive of the things that I want to do, and they want to find me. They want to help me get on the right path to do what I want to do, especially because they saw like they got to see regular kid version of me, badass little kid version of me find a felony, and then also like the super creative kid who didn't care about anything else. Fuck video games, fuck homework. I'm gonna be in the middle of class, still making a beat, and I'm gonna get in trouble because my teachers are talking about this or that, and I'm making a beat. And so they were like, well, he obviously wants to do something. So like instead of just like being like, stop, don't do that, and wanted me to like fucking die, like they were like, okay, let's push him forward and see how we can make him get into something that he wants to do professionally and make a career out of it. And that's something that I feel like I'm very fortunate for, and I definitely recognize that. You know, shout out my family.
Shout out
Shout
H2S
out
fam.
the Cruz family and the other family.
The Ward family, yeah.
That is really beautiful. I hope I can kind of one day be that type of parent that can kind of just not really fault my kids for anything that they want to do.
Yeah, just nourish their enjoyment.
Exactly, for sure. I personally thought that James, the third member of 2099, would be here right
James.
now. Mr. James himself.
No, I saw the text. They were like, they're making him do all the side work. Like, hella shit. He's been cut for like 40 minutes now.
Well, it's better than him being at the cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I thought I was going to see him at the cat. I checked the Life 360.
Yeah, he wouldn't be at the cat if we were doing something like this. He would come home.
Rest in peace to the man.
No, for real.
I wonder how long we've been at it.
It's been an hour and a half. When I came back from going to the bathroom real quick, I peeped. It's been an hour and a
There's
half.
got to be 15 minutes at least of that story that we're cutting out, though.
Okay.
Potentially.
Yeah.
But it can be a longer episode. I did want to say, while you were talking about your story just now, you were talking about your uncle at Berkley. Berkley is just like, you only go to Berkley for networking.
Right.
Like if you
Right.
actually give a shit about music, like just do it yourself. Don't spend $100,000 fucking dollars a year for God knows how many years to get some kind of music degree.
Fuck Berkeley!
Yeah, nah. Fuck. If you went to Berkeley, don't fuck you, but the school itself, fuck Berkeley.
No, it's straight up. I mean,
'Cause-
and maybe that's where like my uncle fell like short at. Maybe he wasn't doing enough networking. I mean, he was also being like, I think specifically with like jazz bass, which is like super fucking niche. Like,
I mean, it's super
play
niche,
every wrong
but,
note,
like,
but in groove. You know what I'm saying?
jazz clubs or like jazz musicians, if you find the right gigs, you're making bread. You're breaded up.
Because
You're
jazz is
hella
like
breaded
high
up.
class music.
Yes,
so
exactly.
It's like
You're
people
playing in
who
front
are
of all those rich people who
Yeah.
are like at a restaurant or something. But
okay. And we'll ask Luke when he gets back. Let's just say, right,
all right,
since we're talking about like growing up, hearing people talk about Plan B, what would have been your Plan B? Like, obviously, we're young, aspiring people in the music industry, so we don't really give a fuck about a Plan B. We probably haven't thought into it too much. But like, I know the thoughts come across your mind where it's like, out of survival, what would I have to do? What would I need to do if I had to hit a Plan B mode?
all right.
What would that be for you, Josh?
So after I graduated,
I know yours.
After I no, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
What is it?
It's teaching.
Oh, I forgot about that.
You're going to say some other bullshit.
I was gonna say some other bullshit, but that's because I genuinely like have never had a solid plan B ever. The only thing I've ever like had a solid plan for is music, and like fresh out of high school, I was going to college for mechanical engineering. I am interested in engineering. I was taking engineering classes in high school, like. But the thing about it was I would use engineering to still do music. So like I'd be in my engineering class and they'd be like, design something with these constraints, and it'd be like, it has to be this big or like have this many of this or that. Just like a project where I was able to design whatever I wanted to, but it just had to follow like loose, very vague guidelines. And like every time I would always design something music related. Like I designed several guitars, and it wouldn't be like full designs, full electronics. It would just be like rough shapes. But so yeah, I mean like, and then I went to college and I was majoring in mechanical engineering. That was what I was going to school for. I went for 2 semesters, and like when I first got there, I had 3.5 GPA. Like I was green. I had good grades. Everything was going good, and that's because I was applying myself. Like that was when I first got there, and I was like, you know what? I'll give this a good shot. I'll like put everything I have into it because like I fucking worked my ass off like applying to schools and trying to get financial aid, applying to scholarships, and like my school is paid for by the state and by the government. Shout out government. But like so because of all that work I put in there, I was like, okay, at least for
Brother,
this
you dropped out of a scholarship?
Yes. No, not scholarships, grants.
Grants. Okay. That's dedication, though.
It's dedication. Like this proves that like I'm serious about the music, because I at least wanted to see the year out because of how hard I worked to get accepted into schools and get it paid for. But what I very quickly realized within the first few weeks was I hate school. Like I'm good at school. When I was in school, I always had good grades. I never like got in trouble a shit ton. But that's because I was smart about the things I did. Like I would do stupid shit all the time. I just wouldn't get caught. But I hated it. Like I would be in classrooms where they were fucking huge. It would be like it's a room you would see a concert in, but it's a classroom. Like I'm 300 feet away from the professor, and there's 700 people in the same room as me trying to learn. It just wasn't an environment that could like provide what I needed out of an education. Like if I was to ever go back to school, I'd go to community college and be in a classroom that was similar to the size I was in high school. 20, 30 kids, nothing crazy. That way, because I feel like the way I learn comes through direct communication and like asking questions directly.
Right.
But if you're in a class that fucking
Teacher!
massive, yeah, I'm gonna be like, hey yo, teach! Hey yo, teach! Like it'd be like, shut the fuck up, you're screaming. But it's because I have to. So like I tried to thug it out, but I just hated it. Like I was so unhappy. That was one of the worst periods of my life because I was not doing what I wanted to do, and everything I was doing was trying to like run from that feeling of not doing what I actually wanted to do.
Right.
So I dropped out, was still fucking off for like another 2 years. So it took me a few years to like actually get on track from what I thought would be plan B to plan A.
Wait,
so
to make
I
it
kind of
specific,
went backwards order.
What would have been plan B again exactly?
Plan B was go to college and do mechanical engineering. But
Okay.
Luke was saying
Yeah, teaching.
And
Which
that
is like a
true.
step up for the music industry.
That is true.
Here's $45,000 a year.
Yeah, right. I do love teaching. Teaching, I have a passion for it. I taught drums for 2 years, and like it's kind of always something I've wanted to do because I've had a few teachers throughout my scholastic career that have made such an impact in my life and put me on the right direction to where like, and it was so helpful for me that they made me want to be able to do that for others. So plan B, if music doesn't work out, which it won't, it's going to work. I'm going to be doing this till I die. I'll be a teacher. Cause like, I don't know, like you said earlier, riches aren't just about like money and what you own.
True.
It's about how you live your life, and success is subjective.
Bro, you could teach the next Zappa.
Yeah, I could teach the next Zappa or the next Einstein. You never know. Like, because I would teach anything. Like, I'd be a fucking middle school history teacher, bro. I don't care. Like, I find everything so interesting that, like, I would teach anything. Because to me, it's not about teaching a subject. It's about teaching life.
Right.
And, like, using, no matter what subject I would end up teaching, like, using that to convey what it is to live in the modern day and like just everyday life.
A message, yeah. Lucas, I'm asking the same question I asked you. Obviously, as young aspiring people in the music game, we're not too worried about a plan B. But early on, whenever people were yapping in your ear about a plan B, in your head, what was the plan B?
I was always that asshole who was like, I have so many memories of just being like, I'm gonna be a rock star. Like when people would ask me what I'm gonna do, and obviously like they think that's like a fuck you answer in itself. So then it's
Right.
already war. And they're like, oh no, you need one, and I'm like, oh well, I'm not gonna have one. On some Travis Barker rules, it's gonna make me less successful to have a plan B.
No, that makes sense.
So, but I will say that there have been times that I thought I was going to do this or that, but they were all so very short-lived. Like, I don't have something like Josh to where, like, I genuinely had, like, a second thing that I wanted to do. Everything else felt so forced. I remember, like, in order, probably, like, Young Me, Paleontologist. There's that song, Lucas the Paleontologist, on the first
Right.
record. I was like, I'm going to fucking study dinosaurs. That's what I'm going to do because I love them. Because, like, I mean, I guess that was, like, the kind of attitude that I've always had. It's like, I love it, so I'm going to do it. And obviously, that was short-lived. And then I wanted to be, actually, surprisingly, I wanted to be a comedian for a really long time. I was really into stand-up comedy, probably. I got chubby in middle school, so I had to learn how to kind of just make people laugh. And
Right.
I was always overzealous. Like, I was just saying the most and doing the most because, like, I just didn't have. I had to compensate, bro. I didn't have that like natural aura. They were like the fingers were already pointing, so I had to go ahead and say something. And I think that kind of directly, that kind of need to, the microphone in front of your face, the hey, what am I gonna say? I was like writing long form jokes and
Right.
doing this and that, and I think that kind of turned into like the me getting used to having eyes on me, and then kind of losing weight and finding my footing and like who I wanted to hang out with and what I wanted to like look like. It all kind of snowballed into like, then the guitar fell in my hand and I was like, hold on, I can be this other thing. And I kind of fell in love with that. And music to me has always been like, I love music, but in the moment, I have such a weird relationship with music that I feel like a lot of musicians don't really have, which is to where like, I don't really love it. Like, I love the idea of it. And I love the products that I make, and I love kind of playing shows and this and that, but I'm not like, I would say like they like love music. I love rap music. You know what I'm saying? Like and rap music is like a fuck you to music anyway. You know what I'm saying? So like, and I've obviously I love some rock stuff that kind of influences what I do, and I listened to Limp Bizkit when I was really young, and like just so a couple influences, but really like, I just have the resilience to go make it. Like, I just have the resilience to, this chord progression's good enough. It's what I can make with my skills on the guitar. This vocal line is good enough. It's what I can come up with right now. That's the song, and fuck you. You like it or you don't. And that's the reason why we have 50 original songs in, you know, the short amount of time that we've been in the band. It's because I just kind of found my footing and like having the confidence to really just be able to say, okay, here it is, it's done. And it's so many people stop before they get to that point because they're so worried about, man, I love the guitar so much and I know how to do this and that on the guitar. I got to work all of it in.
Yeah.
And I'm a singer, so let me hit this arm, let me show off. I am the least talented guy that you will ever find. Like, all my songs, like, it's kind of like a joke. Like, I fuck them up. Without my rhythm section, I would be nothing. Like, they give
Shout
me
out Rhythm.
They give me the freedom to really like just kind of do whatever and be looser and kind of have this fuck you attitude toward music. But this is kind of getting off track. But basically what I'm saying is to me, it's all a big fuck you. And so I've never had a plan B. I've never really had, I mean, I work in restaurants, you know, I shake drinks and I fucking serve tables. So if, let's just say this all blows up in my face, and I would say it's a scenario, knock on wood, that is never going to happen, that would kind of make me stop music would be like if something happened in 2099. I mean, that would make me at least reset for a while and kind of take a step back. And I think what I would want to do is kind of like Josh said, live that kind of successful life to where you're just kind of successful in the fact that you're teaching other people life and you're doing something that gives you meaning, because it's been so long now. I would say ever since you first met me, so about 2 years, that I have solely lived for music.
Right.
And I have put everything else aside, and I have sacrificed so much. And I mean, people like, they tell me all the time they don't know me anymore. It's been so long. I mean, everybody that I used to know is gone. All like so many hobbies I used to have are gone. There's so many things that like my life is just music now. So
Right.
if anything ever happened to music, I would definitely just take a step back and kind of just like sit with the population and be like, all right, what are we on, boys? Like,
Makes
all right,
sense.
let me watch basketball. Like, fuck it. I mean, now I have time or whatever. And I think either way, it's going to get to that point. Everything happens for a reason. Like, success is eventually going to get us to a point where we're like, okay, cool. Let's take a step back. Let's take some time off or whatever.
Yeah.
But I really feel like I'm on a hero's journey a lot of the time. Like, I wake up and I look in the mirror and I see a character now. I don't see it went from seeing myself way back in the day to like, I decided one day, like in high school, I was like, I'm this character now. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm this guy who sings and I'm this rock star guy. And like, what you won't hear is, a lot of people probably do, but I don't feel like a rock star ever. You know, I'm like, you know, there's
Imposter syndrome.
yeah, there's alcohol in my life allegedly. There's other substances in my life allegedly, and it's definitely a balance. It's a hard balance, and I just decided that this is what I do. So whenever it's like, okay, what are we gonna do? Second album, I make it happen. You know, it's not, to me, it's not about I love music, so this is what I did. I drew influence from here or there. I just knew I had to make it happen. And there's kind of a magic in that. There's a magic in the fact that I just needed this song to be done, and I made shortcuts and this and that. So everything that you love about 2099 it's me compensating for, you know, maybe not being the person I wanted to be back in the day. And the funny part about that is I'm still not, and I'll never be, and nobody will, because at other times in my life, my ideal person was the comedian or the paleontologist or whatever. And,
Right.
you know, kind of music has taught me that you don't have to be that. You can be what you are, and that's enough. And especially the support that I've gotten for everything that I've done with 2099, it's really put it in perspective for me. I'm like, oh, okay, you can do something and people will like it. Whatever. Like, I'll say it. Kind of call back to earlier in the podcast. I don't like Dexter and the Moon Rocks music. Like, I don't. I think it's like very mediocre rock music, but so many people love them.
Sleeping pills and sleeping in the car.
All right, that's enough. But I mean, it's songs for the deaf. You know what I mean? Like, I'm making songs for people that I think are retarded, and you know, everybody who thinks I'm retarded, you know, like people who think I'm retarded are making music for me. Like, on the same coin, like people like Future and Young Thug would probably like be like, look at this retard, you know, the way I live my life. So like, who cares? Like,
Yeah.
it's not this like, there's no teams, you know, like nothing makes sense, and it's all over the place. James, do you have a contingency?
Wait, can we give a second to everyone?
James
Hi,
Baudelaire,
James.
everyone. Happy birthday,
Welcome
James.
back. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Still his birthday.
James Baudelaire.
Thank you.
It's not your
Sorry, it's a
birthday again
little
until you
late.
turn 21.
That's usually how it works.
What was your contingency though?
What do you mean?
If
What
not
does that
for
mean?
music, what would you do?
What would I do? I don't know. For a long time, I was not a long time. For a few years, I was
Young guy, by the way.
Yeah, young guy.
20 years
Still
old, by the
not.
way.
My life isn't even a long time. But no, yeah, I was studying HVAC. I still really want to do HVAC. I honestly don't even know why I moved here. No,
Okay.
I'm just joking. But-
Noted.
Get the fuck out.
No, yeah, HVAC. For a long time, I mean, I guess I can go in order like how Lucas did. I remember when I was really young, I wanted to be, dude, I would watch a lot of Lego stop motion animation. So
Nerd.
I know, no, bro, hella geeky about it. Hella geek.
It's a
But,
canon event, bro. It's not.
Nah, yeah, but yeah, I really wanted to be a graphic designer, animator for a really long time. Then I figured out how hard it is. No, I'm playing. But no, I just grew out of it. I liked art. I don't know how I fell upon HVAC, but it was like seems the easiest. You learn a little bit of all the trades, whatever.
Good old blue collar.
Yeah, blue collar. Like my dad's a military man, so
Blue collar.
if it wasn't military,
know.
it's huh?
I said blue collar. I barely even know.
Why would I call her? But yeah, my dad was a military man. If it wasn't military, it was something hands-on, something that'll break your back. And I don't know. After a while, I just didn't want to do that no more. Now I have no plan B. I heard y'all talking while I was getting set up, like when I came in, and I was like, I think about often, like, what would I do if I got fired or the band broke up, something happened, and I can't figure it out. I can never figure it out. I don't know where I would
because
go.
there's no other option.
No plan B needed.
There's
Yeah,
no other.
don't know where I
It's
would
like
go.
It's a famous Travis Barker thing that I always think about. He's like, it's this little clip, and it circles around Instagram sometimes, and he's like, people always told me I needed a plan B, and that's when I realized that I didn't. Because if you have a plan B, you're gonna eventually go with it.
Right.
There was a long time when we're trying to get the band back together. They're living together. I'm still out in Houston, and like, I remember I wasn't in the band yet because I was still in Houston, but I remember music is my plan A, but I was still holding on to that plan B. I was still in college. I was still working a bum ass job, dating the same girl, and like, I did have a plan B for a long time, but yeah, major. But yeah, I was lazy. These boys know it best firsthand. Like, I was so safe. I was lazy. I didn't want to take chances. I didn't want to do none of that. But now I don't have that plan B. It holds you back. Plan B holds you back.
It does.
It definitely does.
Holds you back. Major.
I know a lot of people who have a plan B right now, or that it's honestly their plan A, and music is their not even a plan B, but it's not their focus.
It's their wish.
They're just like hoping that like something will go right someday, but they're just gonna keep doing their thing.
Yeah, those people, God bless their hearts, but they're not in it like we are.
It unfortunately does not work that way.
Yeah,
It's consistency.
You gotta be 110% minimum.
yeah, you got to be all in.
You can't post something on SoundCloud every 3 months.
Yeah, no.
Can't.
It's funny because I went back to my parents' house today, and they just the way they look at me, it's like, yeah, they're proud of me, and when they saw me at South by Southwest, it was like, oh, like, cool. But it's like they're just like, now they're like checked out. Like, I remember it was so novel at one point. Like, oh, like, look at the music, and now they're like I was kind of like posting electric. I was trying to get the Wi-Fi. I was like multitasking. I had the backpack. I've been rolling around with the black backpack for like 2 years now.
Yeah.
Like, trying to make some shit shake. Like, always posting, always like worrying about this and that. And they're just looking at me like, oh, you're doing that? Cool. Like, you know, like no matter what you do, people are
Twerp.
like, yeah, exactly. People are still gonna be like twerp, and especially if they know you or they don't know you. I mean, everybody's got their own thing going on, and it's natural. It's natural to just like look at somebody else and be like,
Just miss it.
yeah, nah, like, nah, you don't got it going on. But I mean, it sucks because there are some people that really do, and there's some people that really don't. And like I said, I wonder, what do you guys think? Do you think that like it's some sort of divine intervention what gets heard or what doesn't, or do you think it's just direct result of hard work and output? You think there's any more like, you know, chance to it, or do you think?
I feel like, in a way, like divine intervention and the word luck can be like interchangeable.
Right.
Because luck is something we can't control, and same thing with the divine intervention. So I definitely believe there's some percentage of it that's like, okay, you got lucky, But then there's always going to be like the nerds, the super nerds who are like, well, the psychoacoustics behind this is actually like this root chord brought it into the second chord, and people really like that. And that's why this song is so popular. Or this drum groove actually had one beat that was on an up note compared, you know what I'm saying? So like
Right.
there's probably a little bit of a mixture of the science in it as well that makes it like something that's more enjoyable, whether if it's wrong or right, and that's why people enjoy it. Um, but I feel like I was saying about the whole business thing, it's like it's kind of a mixture of things. You know what I'm saying? You make a song that sounds super cool, the algorithm kind of picks it up. Maybe your luck there is the right person sees it.
Right.
And now you're getting hit up by this, that, and the third person because they saw it from a thing that was had to do with the algorithm, that had to do with the song that you made that just so happened to have this or that psychoacoustic science behind it that you didn't even realize. Just because the way your brain thinks, like you were saying, like maybe you're not the most talented, skillful guitarist ever worrying about this, that, the minor 11th, 7th, B flat third in my asshole, whatever the fuck. But it's like, yo, this chord's cool, and I like when it goes to that chord. And it's like, yeah, bro, so do most people, and that's why it sounds good. And then you go with it, and then now most people like that, and then maybe it hits the algorithm right, just like I was saying, then the right person sees it. So it's like, I feel like it's kind of a combination of things, like a little bit of divine intervention, a little bit of science, a little bit of algorithm work, especially modern day.
Right.
Yeah, definitely,
It's definitely a mix.
definitely makes.
Definitely a mix. I mean, like even the people who blew up overnight, they still had to spend however many years learning to create the music that they create. That's still there's still like an amount of hard work that goes into that.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, like everyone shoots their shot. Some people make it on the first time. Some people make it on their second, their 50th, their 100th. Like it's definitely a matter of grit and consistency and just hard work. I think that's the biggest part of it. But I mean, there's successful people all around. It's just like definitely the ones that kept trying. It shows a lot more because it's like they persevered. They kept going through all the bullshit on some like I don't know. I'm losing my train of thought.
I mean, there's only two things that's guaranteed. That's death and taxes.
True.
The real ones know.
Yep.
Oh man, we are getting pretty far in this podcast. I think
Yeah.
we've reached a fork in the road.
Well, I mean, we could probably yap all night.
Probably yap all night. I think we give it a good 10 more minutes. I think we could maybe ask each other maybe a couple more questions and kind of wrap it up. Or we can keep it going. There's no rules.
I was wondering. I don't know if y'all have already asked this or something adjacent to it. Harry, I'm wondering, are your parents supportive of your music career, your producer career?
Oh yeah, you missed that. And I'll be quick about it.
ahead.
Basically, did band from middle school to high school. They always knew I was fucking with the music. My folks was always been in music. Got in trouble in middle school. Almost caught a felony. Got everything taken away except my laptop so I can make beats. By the time I was in high school, I was already recording people around like my neighborhood, my high school, my Pflugerville ISD shit. And they peeped that. And then they were like, okay, well, we support you either way. So, like, let's find a way for you to make a career out of it. My pops helped me find the school that I went to. And then that's where I created my network mainly, already from the people that I knew. Actually, I started building my network before I went to that school. But, like, yeah, they've always been supportive.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I got lucky.
Look.
What about you? I know your dad's a hard ass.
Yeah, I mean, they support me in my life, not music. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They're not gonna let me starve. They're not gonna let me go broke. They're not gonna let me do any of that. But they're not gonna bail me out of jail. They're not gonna send me money so I can buy a new guitar.
Right.
They're not gonna do it for me.
Yeah.
They're definitely not gonna do it for me. But
Right.
yeah, my mom was definitely way better about it. But I mean, my dad's just a dad. That's just how he has to be.
The
That's
dad.
the way it goes.
Yeah, no, that's real. That's real.
It's taught me a lot.
What we got?
What?
Nothing.
Are you just looking at me like that? With that face? Like, it looked, I swear I thought your mouth was about to open. That's totally my bad. Look, guys, this podcast, compared to our last one, I know we've only had 2, like, examples, has been very formal. Like, we have been questions, answers, music business talk, personal insight talk. It's almost kind of beautiful. Like,
So
very,
beautiful.
very structured and a lot of insight into kind of the psyche of how 2099 came to be and how Harry2Scary came to be. I think that's very interesting. I think if we're going to wrap it up in a meaningful way, we got to lose that.
All right, what's your favorite Spider-Man movie?
This shirt is from The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which the best part about that movie is Andrew Garfield and what's the girl who plays
Leave it at that. Leave it at that.
what's the girl who plays Gwen Stacy?
Oh, I don't know, but she's so fun.
Their dynamic is awesome,
They're so cute.
but that movie sucks balls. I'm not gonna lie.
Balls.
Oh, because of Rhino at the end?
No, not even because of Rhino, but like
He played such a small part in the
That
movie.
was-
Shit don't
that
even
was a
matter.
major
It was all Rhino's
edge.
fault.
That was a major
Well, no,
edge.
you
I remember
didn't
seeing
hear
crazy
Sony-
edge. Like,
Sony-
oh shit.
Oh.
Sony fucked up the production for the next one. Like, they had it in play, but then they were like, nah, never mind.
Whatever.
They were like,
Excuses,
fuck this, let's sell it to. Okay, look, you said my favorite or the best? Because those are 2 different answers.
Well, your favorite?
Spider-Man Homecoming.
Ooh.
Because look, at the time that came
You
out.
like the Brits, don't you?
Hold on now. I hate the Brits. But at the time,
Fuck 'em.
I
4th
didn't
of
even-
July coming up. Fuck the Brits.
4th of July, Capitol Cookout. Fuck the Brits. See y'all there. At the time that movie came out, I was also a freshman in high school.
Oh,
And so,
you grew up with Spider-Man.
bro, I grew up with that Spider-Man. When Civil War came out, I was in middle school.
Are you a Spurs fan or a Knicks fan?
Bruh. Spurs. Go Texas.
Okay, so you can't even talk about Spider-Man no more.
Brother.
Yeah, no, Spurs fans are talking about
But I will
fuck
say-
Spider-Man, fuck the Empire State Building, fuck Bacon, Egg, and Cheese,
No,
fuck
no,
Jay-Z.
that's fried. That's fried.
Fuck
Look,
Manhattan,
I don't
fuck
even
the
fuck with
subway.
basketball. I'm just always going to rep Texas.
Fair?
Because
Facts.
I've been to San Antonio to fuck with some tortas more than I've been in New York to fuck with whatever they got
That
up
ass.
there. The fashion hoes.
I said the opposite for me.
But look, Spider-Man Homecoming is a great movie, and
Solid.
it was like a very like the vibe of that movie was so like childish and like warm and cute. And like I would put that on if I used to get nightmares when I was younger. I put that on like if I hit the cart too much and I was just tweaking out, like that was a
Yeah,
really great
actually.
like, kind movie. You put on that Toby shit, you see a couple too many like Sam Raimi scares,
Oh, yeah.
and you're like, I don't know.
Sam Raimi likes the spooky shit. James, what's your favorite Spider-Man
Tobey
movie?
Maguire.
Which one?
Oh, Spider-Man 2 is with the Venom, right?
No, that's 3.
That's 3. Yeah, 3.
His favorite, by the way, and he doesn't know.
Yeah, I
Right.
get those 2 mixed up, Doc Ock and fucking Venom. But no, yeah, Spider-Man 3 for sure.
You get it mixed up now.
Spider-Man 3, okay, crazy pull. Like honestly, like it gets a lot of hate, but I respect it.
Really?
Well, bro, the ending's crazy, bro. You get Sandman, Venom,
Fading
and
away in
Bro,
the fucking wind.
I don't. It's just I
Infinity War reference.
I just like Tobey Maguire, the Tobey Maguire movies for Spider-Man because they're very like they're very real.
It's a classic. It's a classic.
Yeah, the Amazing Spider-Man and Tom Holland Spider-Man, they're very like goo goo gaga. They're cool, no doubt, but they're very goo goo gaga. Like
grounded.
yeah. But like Tobey Maguire was like, bro, that shit was real.
He was poor as fuck, struggling.
Yeah, poor as fuck. I mean, they all were, but like you
Yeah,
could
but,
really
like, no,
see
you
it.
could feel it
could
for Tobey.
Really see it. I was like,
Well, no, but bro, this new Tom Holland movie, he's in that apartment now.
That's
Very
not.
excited.
I got hope for
That's
this
Very
one.
bro.
excited.
I got
for Brand
hope
New
for
Day.
that one.
I'm very excited.
Josh,
for
what's
Brand New
your
Day.
favorite Spider-Man movie?
If you say Andrew Garfield, bro,
I did fuck with those movies heavy.
I'd
They
fight
were
them.
fire.
Who didn't at the
No
time?
doubt.
They're
No
still
doubt.
fire,
I
bro.
will say,
Fuck the online
favorite
hate.
Spider-Man movie has to be the OG Spider-Man one with Green Goblin. bro.
That
Fire.
It's
that's
just
my
like-
number 2.
It's so undeniably like it's the Spider-Man story.
It's
you know?
the definitive origin.
It's like his greatest villain ever throughout all comics has always
That's-
been like Green Goblin. So like it is Spider-Man to me, you know?
That's what I was gonna ask, and it seems like you already made up your mind. Who is Spider-Man's arch nemesis? Do you think it is the Green Goblin, or could it be Venom? Because it's
Nah,
Exactly
bro. I think
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man's
but-
arch nemesis is himself.
I was about to say that because that's
Wow.
why it's Venom. Because like everything he does while he's Venom is still him. It's
Right.
just Venom bringing out that darkness in him. And like that's what I liked, even though that third movie had its problems. Look, Mary Jane was a fucking hoe. I'm
Bro,
sorry.
yeah,
She's
fuck-
a hoe.
especially the Tobey Maguire one, bro. Fuck
Bro,
Mary Jane. The Tobey
she was a
Maguire
fucking
movie, bro.
hoe. She's by the way, the only Mary Jane that's ever existed. Not Michelle Jones, not Gwen Stacy. Like, yo, she was a hoe. The only live action Mary Jane cheated on 2 bros in the series. And then like he's like, you know, he's all he did was snap in the club and like, you know, like it's like, bro, that was inside him, bro.
He wasn't the best boyfriend ever, but there's way
He's
worse.
Spider-Man.
He's
He was
yeah.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, yo.
Fuck
He's got to
the
save the
boyfriend.
city somehow.
Hey, he can save a city, but he can't save
can't
a
save
hoe.
a hoe.
no, even Spider-Man couldn't even save a hoe.
Wow. You can't. Yeah, you can't make this shit up, bro. Honestly.
I think my favorite's probably I'm gonna have to go with James's answer, bro. Like the third one, I just grew up like I was obsessed with the third one growing
It was
up. But-
fire.
But now,
Same.
now let's have a serious debate though. What's the best one?
Impossible question.
I think the undeniable answer. I think the answer is sorry. It's Spider-Man 2.
Whoa.
Doc Ock? Nah, you're right. That is the best like Spider-Man. I think
Like wall to wall, medium rare movie. Like just
perfect.
fantastic.
It's a great movie. Shot so well. Sam Raimi got a little bit of practice in with the first one.
Yeah, they had
The,
some,
the first one
they had
is
some
very
crazy
campy.
CGI.
Yeah, no, it's
Bro,
hella
do you remember whenever they're fighting on the side of the building?
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
all CGI,
It
bro.
still holds up today.
and it
Wow.
still holds up today. Crazy style.
And like the way they used like Harry Osborn after he's like mad after his like the whole like dynamic of all the characters was like fire, bro. Like bring me Spider-Man. You know, like with the and he's got the iridium and shit. The power of the sun, like
Yeah.
in the final battle, bro, like it's just fire. Like
Bro, and then
And
we got,
that's
we got
the
a meme
movie
from it.
where MJ finds out he's Spider-Man.
Ooh.
At the very end, she sees his mask come off. She's like, "It's you."
yeah, bitch, it's me.
And then the next
Been
movie,
me.
and then the next movie, she's like, you know what?
I don't even like you. You saved me.
Do you
from
have a
getting
friend?
blown up
I'm
by
trying
the
to
sun."
fuck him.
Yeah. Oh, he flips pancakes and he drops it on the ground. Need that.
Wow.
All right.
Crazy, Paul. Wow.
Same.
No, it's an omelet. It's an omelet.
Strawberries.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Same
All right.
what? Same what?
Same question, different hero. What is your favorite Batman?
DC's gay.
Oh,
Don't say that.
Wait,
Not true.
I gotta take it back. It's Pride Month. Love everyone in the community. DC's lame,
yo, we got to come back to this,
bro.
We were all on. 6th
Everyone
Street.
knows it's the Dark Knight.
Yeah, it's definitely the Dark Knight.
Best Batman, best Joker.
Heath Ledger Joker. Look, the new Batman has a special place in my heart because
The new
like
one?
because like fire, they killed it, cool, blah
And
blah
the
blah.
Penguin mixes in there.
Yeah, it's like okay, world building, like I see, but like until we get that second movie, you can suck my dick, homie. That's the best trilogy known to man.
Which one was the one with Bane?
The third one.
That one was pretty good too. That's me. Hold up, no. But no, the one with Bane was pretty fire when he's got to climb out the fucking the.
It's very fire.
That
All
one's
that-
almost as good, but it's not the
Yeah.
second one. And then you could go to the first one, and it's like maybe it's not quite the second or
I
third, but
don't
it's
even know if I've seen the first one.
bro, it's still a Christopher Nolan like badass movie. That one, he's on some like Ra's al Ghul, like he's like training and shit. It's like
okay.
it's on some cool shit.
It's
Look,
the origin story.
that is the best superhero trilogy that they will ever do, by far.
What, for DC?
No, I think for any.
For any. Wow.
Bro, because you could show those Batman movies to anyone and they won't be like, turn off this superhero movie. You know what I'm saying? It's
They're
that
great
good of a movie.
movies.
Look, we were on 6th Street. Crazy segue. The Pride Parade is walking by.
Mhm.
Big ass Pride Parade. 6th Street shut down. I'm looking at Eli and James. I'm like, please, can we go? I'm like, let's walk. Please, can we walk, bro? They're on the sidewalk like, mm-mm. I'm like, bro, please. I'm like, the hoes are in the parade. They're like, we don't want those hoes. I'm like, all the hoes are in the parade, bro.
They're all
6th
there.
Street, there's tumbleweeds on 6th Street, and there's 1,000 people in this parade, and they didn't want to go walk it. What's up with that?
Pansexual parade, also my birthday. Not what I had in mind, really. So,
What do you mean? It was not a pansexual parade.
You know what pansexual means, right? They still like
Absolutely
dudes.
not.
They still like dudes.
They like it all.
That's
They
fine.
like it all.
Okay, it was some type of parade.
It was a gay parade, bro.
Gay parade.
Bro's overcomplicating it.
Still, my birthday, did not want to walk that. Did not want to walk in the parade. It could have been any parade. I didn't think I wanted to walk it.
It would have been so fun.
You think?
Yes. We were walking anyway. We were just walking the other way.
I'd have been down. I wasn't there. I was busy. I don't remember why.
Like, dude.
You're in Houston?
Like, dude.
Oh, I was in H-Town.
I'm telling you, we should have walked it. Whatever. We can move on.
Next time.
Wait. But who's the best Spider-Man villain?
We just said this. We think it's Venom. I
Like,
think it's Venom.
in the movies or
What-
just overall?
No. That was us thinking who his like arch nemesis is. But who's the best Spider-Man villain?
Like live action or all time?
Wait, no. I take it back. Who's y'all's favorite Spider-Man villain?
Again, live action or all time?
Let's just go live action right now,
Keep it simple.
because there's a number of villains to choose from that bundle right there. There's a lot.
Yeah.
Bro, Green Goblin.
Yeah,
He was
I'd
a
have to
demon,
go-
bro.
I'd have
He
to go
was.
Green
I
Goblin.
remember, like, watching Green Goblin, I was like, bro, he's so mean. He's so rude. Like, I was actually, like, pissed at the shit he was doing. Like, bro.
They tried
you-
to slime him,
Bro, and then like you
Damn,
take it to the comics, like, bro, he was out there fucking Peter Parker's girl and all this shit, like straight diabolical shit, like.
He was doing
We're
that.
talking
in the
live
comics?
action.
Yes,
though,
bro. I know. Even live
Still.
action too, bro. Killed Aunt May. Not even the Spider-Man he knows and hates. Killed his Aunt May.
He tried-
Bad as fuck too. He didn't even take a
Yo,
second. to
baddest Aunt May ever, and
Oh,
he killed
yeah.
her, bro.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Bro, he did horrible shit. Also blew up Tobey Maguire's Aunt May house. Fucking
Right.
scared the fuck out of her. He was evil, bro. He was actually mean.
What's the actor's name? I'm trying to think.
William Dafoe.
William Dafoe.
You look like him.
Willem Dafoe.
I've gotten that before, bro. His
You look like him.
his performance in that movie is so
Yeah,
good.
he's a
His-
crazy,
he's crazy.
crazy actor.
I really thought bro had two personalities when I was a fucking wee lad.
Bro, he's got every personality, bro. Willem Dafoe's top tier actor, low key,
Definitely.
and he hit that crazy stance.
Yes, bro. I love his picture.
Okay. Favorite villain.
Favorite live action villain?
Yeah,
Crazy Pull. Mysterio.
my fucking guy.
Yo, that story
That is a
when
good
I saw
one.
that in the theater, the reveal when the fucking
Yes, bro.
when the bar was fake, I was like,
No, they're like you didn't even know. You didn't even know.
I was like, he gave up the glasses. Oh no.
No, bro, for real, because it's like, look, in my opinion, the reason he's my favorite is he's hell on some Batman shit. This is a normal ass fucking dude, and he's fighting Spider-Man.
True.
Everyone else is like, they got some sort of thing going on, right? Some superpower ass shit, some explosive ass device or something. Even with Doc Ock, he's got the shit in his brain, superpower tentacles. This dude's using fucking projectors to fight Spider-Man.
Stark Tech, by the way.
Bro,
Tech
liar.
Stark.
Best liar ever. Like LARPy
yeah.
from the beginning. Like literally the beginning of the thing, like he's like glazing Spider-Man. He's like, don't apologize for being the smartest guy in the room. And like Spider-Man's like,
oh shit, who's that? And then like he's
the
like
smartest guy in the room.
he's like, oh, you like me? And then like he's like, yeah, I'm from Earth, blah blah blah, and like bro's cap, and blah, like, bro, and then like the reveal at like. It's like part of me knew, but it still got me. It's like, yo, it's Mysterio. So it's like, bro.
You didn't know how he was gonna do it. You know what I'm
I
saying?
didn't know how he was gonna do it. I thought
You
he was
just knew it
gonna
was gonna
like
be the
start like making illusions with the
Right. No, the whole everything.
everything.
It was
bro.
all an illusion.
No water monster, no lava monster, no nothing, bro. Like what?
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's why he's my favorite. And even in like the
Stark Tech, by the way.
80s, the 80s cartoon, he was a badass, bro.
Shout out Stark Industries.
You guys know Mysterio that was supposed to be the villain of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 4?
What?
But it never happened.
Yeah, they had like storyboards of it. You know that guy who's in the
He's in all the movies.
Yeah, you know
He's
who
in all three.
the ticket guy? He like comes and he's like sorry, buddy, you don't have a ticket. Like there's like a guy who cameos in every movie.
Oh,
Spider-Man
yeah.
3, he's that host when he's like finna propose.
Oh
He's
yeah,
got
he
the
like
French
puts
accent.
the ring in the champagne for him.
Oh.
What was he in the first?
Okay, bro. It's
He was
not
like a
pop
hot
quiz.
dog stand or some shit, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
But he-
comes back in the hot dog stand in Multiverse of Madness. Same
Oh,
guy.
But
Whoa.
he was in all three of the
Yeah, but he was
movies.
gonna be in all three movies, and then the fourth movie he was gonna be Mysterio.
Never
Whoa.
happened.
Yeah, like that was like they had a crazy plan for him. And
That's fire, bro. It's
and
unfortunate.
Vulture was gonna be in it too. It was gonna
Oh,
be like a double
yeah.
villain.
No, I heard about that.
Yeah. That would have been fucking nuts.
Dude.
Then it would have been like movie 5, Sinister 6. We got everybody.
No, right. But who's y'all's favorite, like, Marvel character live action? Out of everyone who's just, like, there. You know what I'm saying?
Hero or villain?
What?
Hero or villain?
Sure.
Yeah.
Wait, I feel like I had an answer. I mean, Spider-Man is always a safe choice. More controversial. I've been fucking with the Hulk a lot, bro.
Especially because he didn't get the arc he's deserved.
Yeah, like, bro, like, I see so much shit on like Instagram about the Hulk and stuff. I know it's just Instagram, but it's like, I'm like, damn, bro, he's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
He can go crazy hard, bro. You're telling me the angrier he gets, the stronger he gets.
We need another
That's
Hulk movie.
nuts.
You can't shoot him. But he can't pick up Thor's hammer, though. He can't pick up Mjolnir.
Fuck
Magic,
that.
not wait.
You're right. It's magic, not weight. But it's like, what does that mean for Hulk as like his morale?
Yeah, but does he need the hammer?
Yo,
He does.
Bruce Banner is flawed.
Hello.
He's like on some incel vibes.
Hello.
Oh, yeah, bro. He would. Dude, you're telling me.
You didn't want to
Scar
crack.
Joe?
Yeah, come on. Yeah, I
Like,
know what
come
you're saying.
on, man.
Well, the thing about Bruce Banner is the Hulk is like
me
his
see that,
subconscious. Like that's who he is deep down. After he got the gamma radiation, it brought that out in like another form.
It's on some
Right.
like Venom shit almost.
Definitely.
What's your favorite, Josh?
Favorite Marvel character. Wait, we're saying in the MCU, right?
Yeah.
In
Live
film,
action.
Yeah.
I would say it has to be Captain America. I mean, like I
This guy
think-
likes racism.
Hold
No.
on, bro.
Hold
I'm
on,
playing.
bro.
That was a joke.
No.
Bad joke.
I just think like, and the same thing for Iron Man too. Like the casting for those roles was so perfect.
Damn, at the time too, like we were watching Civil War the other day. I was like, bro, we're never getting this again. It's like
Impossible.
dead ass the Avengers on screen. They're having a conversation about the Sokovia Accords. I was like watching it again. I was like, bro, like it's the main six. They're casted perfectly. They just went on a mission. They got back. Like we'll never get like an Avengers 1, Civil War, Ultron like,
Right.
era.
They've
again.
gone too far.
Like they've gone way too far. It's so
way
complex.
Too much going on. Yeah.
And that's why they're bringing him back for Doomsday. But I'll say that on the other side of that, I used to like when Civil War came out, hella Team Cap. Like I was like, "Fuck you talking about?"
Yeah, bro.
My heart sank.
Yes, that's a great question. What team were you? Team Cap or Team Iron Man?
A long time I was Team Iron Man just because I thought the heroes were cooler. But no, I matured. It's Team Cap, bro. He's
From a
fully
moral
right.
from a moral perspective, probably Team Cap. From a hero's perspective, Team Iron Man, bro.
I will agree with that. The heroes on Iron Man were way cooler.
Bro,
but
low-key, I was watching the movie and I was like, Cap was tweaking.
What?
Cap-
Bro, he was like, I'm not following orders. Iron Man was just like, yo, maybe we should listen to this. Like they were low-key, like he bugged. Like he went full criminal.
Like they're like,
True.
nah, like he was like, nah, like I'm gonna go rogue and go get Bucky and like behind everyone's back and just try to talk to him. Like Cap's reasoning was like dumb as
Yeah,
fuck.
no, it was definitely like crazy. I'm sure there could have been a better middle ground.
Bro
where
just
they
went
waited
fugitive.
it
Like
out.
it was almost like he was dying to just be fugitive. And then like
Nah,
they
that's
just
true.
like met up in the airport and they were gonna go in a plane to like where the fuck were they about to go in the airport? You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
that movie's fire, but like where y'all finna go? Like who's finna listen to you? Fucking Nick Fury got slimed and like it's just like I don't know. That whole movie is like it's in the grand scheme of things, it's fire, but like bro, they were trying to fit a lot of shit in. I'll say looking back, my favorite like all time, like kind of like after the rewatches and shit, bro, Tony Stark.
Classic.
Undeniable.
Bro, that's my dog right now.
I cried when he died.
Bro.
How could you not?
He's
Yeah.
like I relate to him in the way that he's like oh like he's an asshole but like he cool. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I've always had that vibe. I feel like you've definitely said like I'm like Tony Stark vibes sometimes.
No, yeah, you're definitely Iron Man.
So I just fuck with him, bro. Especially like most underrated MCU movie, Iron Man 3.
100%.
Bruh.
100%. Especially, oh yeah, top tier.
Iron Man 3 is fire, bro.
Go to with the sauce.
Like he's got nothing. and
Solid
he still
villain
locks
too,
in.
bro.
Yeah. Even though like visually, like bro, what he spits lava or whatever, like
Yeah, I mean, who cares about what he like, bro? Especially with like, what is it? Party. When all the suits come.
yeah. I don't remember what the fuck it's called, but
Yeah, no, that
Operation wasn't it like Clean Slate or something?
clean slate.
that was when
yeah.
he blows them up. I don't know what
Oh,
it's
right.
called when they all show up.
Something party or something like that. But
Yeah.
that's bro, because like that's so much like fan service in the coolest way ever. Where
Yeah.
it's like, okay, here's all the cool suits from the comics that you didn't get to see throughout these movies, but here they are, and like you get to see them for a moment. They get their own little showcases, and you get to see some in the distance and have to pick it
Yeah.
out if you're a nerd like that. Like,
Yeah.
I got a hot take though.
What?
My favorite MCU character, and this is overall arc. Like I'm talking every single bit of the MCU. Loki.
Well,
Fire.
It's not a bad pick.
Fire pick.
I mean, bro, like his whole arc is crazy. He went from being like some chud who just was jealous of Thor and hated everybody to like literally holding everything together ever.
wow, yeah, true.
On the opposite end of that, I think his brother Thor got the worst arc in Marvel.
Yeah, he was the one who turned into a chud.
They made
Thor-
him a fucking fool,
They
bro.
yeah, they Thor Ragnarok and Thor Love and Thunder turned Thor into a joke. Like Thor 2 was not a very good movie. Thor
No.
1 fire.
Thor 2 was probably the worst movie in the MCU.
You said Thor 2?
Yeah.
Dark World?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say that. Besides maybe like some of the newer ones, and like I
Right.
just think it's because of the quality. But then again, the quality of Thor 2 is the reason like I don't necessarily like it. all
I just
that
thought it
much.
was the writing, the storytelling aspect of
Definitely.
it. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
But he did
lacking on
lose
the
his
writing.
mom in that movie, so R.I.P. to her. But like,
Rest in peace, mom.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like Thor Ragnarok was a great movie. Probably my favorite Thor movie, in my opinion, at least. And it had the potential to set him up to be something crazy, especially going into Infinity War. He creates Stormbreaker and all that, but then it's like straight fall off after that.
But yeah.
Especially following up with that fourth Thor movie. It's
Yeah,
like,
Love
yo,
and Thunder
he got
was-
the fourth movie for a solo character in the MCU ever, and it was just like, yo,
Buns.
Shotty, like, kind of like you now. Here's Christian Bale as a tweaker. Like,
Yo, if I could make any movie better, like go back in time and just like make a movie better, it's Love and Thunder for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, the concepts that they hit on in that movie and the like visually, that movie was fucking awesome.
Yeah, the movie
Visually
looks great. It
Bro,
looks great.
visually, what was it? What's the one with Mysterio? Is that No Way Home?
Far From Home.
Far From Home? Bro, I just love that scene when he's like all on Spider-Man's head and shit, and there's like, you get to see like the Avengers as zombies for a second, the little callback with him coming from the grave, Iron Man and all that. Like, that was such a cool ass scene. Like, they went off with that one. It was all CGI.
All CGI, Spider-Man in the snow globe, 100
Yeah.
Spider-Mans. It was fire.
Yeah.
They went crazy. It was like on some Doctor Strange shit.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Doctor Strange would have been my close second for favorite MCU character.
Bro, they did him so good. And the casting?
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's another one of those ones that like the casting is just so perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Shout out Mr. Cumberbatch. What we got left?
What we got left is, what do you guys think? Let's pre-rate Brand New Day and Doomsday, and let's ask ourselves if the MCU is gonna be able to kind of keep going, or if they're gonna have to reset. Let's start with Brand New Day. Do you guys think, where do you think it's going to rank in terms of the Spider-Man movies?
I think it's gonna be
Tom Holland Spider-Man movies
Yeah.
are all
Oh,
well.
I think if they do it right, it has the possibility to be top 3.
Definitely. I don't
Yeah.
think it'll be like one of the best in terms of like nostalgia bait, but I think the story they're trying to tell, like Harry said, if they do it right, like, bro, they've had, what is that? They've made 8 fucking Spider-Man movies now. Like, there's no way they don't do a good job at this point because they've had so many fucking chances to do this story, tell the story again. Like, it's got so much potential because of that. I think it's gonna be a fucking great movie.
Depends on the villain too. It's supposed to be the mind controller, right?
could be Jean Grey.
Jean Grey. All right,
Maybe. Could be somebody else. We really don't know yet.
bro. If we get a Green Goblin in this movie,
There's no way.
Yeah, there's no.
Oh, no, 'cause he was already in the one
Yeah,
before.
they can't
Yeah.
do that.
right? No, I'm tweaking.
That
I
wasn't
forgot.
Look-
No Way Home Sinister Six.
More or
No,
less.
it was like
but not
Sinister
quite.
3, bro.
Yeah,
Sinister 4.
bro. I love No Way Home. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's fire. The rewatchability is kind of buns.
It's half and half.
Yeah. It's like a lot of those bait moments don't really work. But
Right.
It's a great movie. It's a cultural moment. You got to respect that. And that's
Yeah.
that's the barrier to entry with the MCU. If you don't respect how big it was for the people who love comics and shit, then yeah, you're fucked. You don't.
They
you're
brought
not gonna
together
like it.
so many things.
Yeah. Look, here's what I know for sure about Brand New Day. There's for sure going to be Hulk.
Right.
There's
Dr. Hulk.
yeah, he gets
Professor Hulk.
He goes back into Savage Hulk.
Oh, I don't see. I haven't done too much YouTube dive into.
Bro, I've
this.
seen the leaked trailer. Like, there's a trailer that leaks coming out in a few days. The inhibitor falls off. He goes back to Savage Hulk. He uses the thunderclap. Spider-Man falls out of a building. Spider-Man gets the organic webs, and he's like way stronger. He can like shoot multiple webs at once. Like he can do like the web spin where he's like shooting hundreds of webs at once.
Oh, okay. Fuck you. Thanks for the spoiler.
I'm not spoil. It's gonna be in the trailer. Look,
Right.
he-
Spoiling my trailer.
he's gonna have Punisher, and they're like hiding MJ. Like MJ goes to hide out with the Punisher. And then there's like all these like little villains, like the Boomerang guy and the Skates guy and Scorpion. There's like a scene of the Scorpion fight.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing about that.
So they're getting close to a Sinister Six, with like at least in the main MCU Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is gonna be the second character to have his 4th movie, huh?
Yeah. So what's interesting about Spider-Man is he's allegedly not going to be in Doomsday.
Right. I feel like I've heard
Because
this.
Tom Holland, like they did all the chairs that were going to be in Doomsday.
Yeah.
It's mostly X-Men and Avengers characters and not Spider-Man. But he is like they say he is going to be in Secret Wars. So Secret Wars in the comics, it's a big plot of Secret Wars that he gets the symbiote during that time.
Right.
And then like I don't know, I forget what the fuck happens, but they use it to, like or something. It helps him. But I think what they're gonna do in this movie is like because we saw at the end of No Way Home, he leaves the Venom in the bar
Right.
because Tom Hardy comes to the universe.
Yeah.
and
Just for a
he-
moment.
Yeah, but he leaves his like goop.
Yeah, bro.
So
It's a drink.
I would say my best guess is at the end of
Pause.
this movie, he like gets the symbiote. It sets up him not being in Doomsday. So then Secret Wars, we'll see him again.
See, my thing for Doomsday, because I really set out the way for trying to learn about Doomsday. I want to just be like full face, just like, okay, here's Doomsday, and just let's see what happens. Like, I don't really want to be influenced by any sort of like ideas online or even like all the extra backstory stuff. Like, I just want to see how I'm going to take it as someone who already knows a lot about the MCU and just like see how it is. But I don't really know what Doomsday is going to be like, you know? There's so many things and speculation about it that I'm like, okay, let's see what they do.
What about y'all? I know what they do.
Thanks.
I'll spare you.
Thanks. Love.
How do y'all think it's gonna be?
there's no way they can top any of the previous Avengers movies.
Whoa, so you think it's gonna be the worst movie?
No, I don't think it's gonna.
No, I'm saying
No.
the worst Avengers movie. There's only 4.
4? Right. Endgame and Infinity
1,
War
2, yeah.
First 2, yeah.
Yeah,
Ultron's still my
okay.
favorite.
In that case, yes, I do think it's gonna be the worst Avengers movie, but I think that's just because the previous 4 were so good that like it's gonna be a great movie, but everything else is like up here. You know, it's just there's gonna be such. Those movies are so good that this one can still be a great movie and like not live up to that.
Do you think it's gonna be on some like Deadpool and Wolverine shit where they try and do like all this extra like callback shit and like fan service shit where it's like, okay, here's all these extra characters y'all have wanted to see.
Well, hopefully, because we do know that the OG X-Men are gonna be in it.
Right.
Hopefully, they use that movie to kind of test the waters. But I mean, low key, now that you say that, I mean, Channing Tatum's Gambit is gonna be in it. So like,
We're just gonna see how they do that because like in Deadpool and Wolverine, it's better because it's like that's supposed to be comedy.
look, there has been a Doomsday trailer that has aired at like a fan event, and I read the synopsis, and I know a couple details, but I could really spare us right now.
Well, if it's just a trailer, like you could talk about it.
All right, so in the trailer, it shows kind of Thor and some people talking on a spaceship. Then Mjolnir like slides to the side. Then we get Nomad Steve Rogers, so he's not wearing the Captain America suit. He's wearing all black.
Right.
He grabs Mjolnir, then jump cut. Then Doom is fighting Thor, and Doom like overpowers the fuck out of Thor really quick.
How do do they explain yet in the trailer how Doctor Doom's there?
No, like I guess it's just like quick cuts. Like you
Yeah.
get like a shot of Namor and some Wakanda shit. Don't care, you know. And then you get
R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman.
you get Shang-Chi and Gambit fighting. And the biggest rumor, like I don't know how they have, like that's all I remember about the trailer. So you get Nightcrawler fighting somebody, but the biggest thing
Nightcrawler's the what?
He like teleports and he's blue.
Oh, okay.
The biggest thing that
X-Men.
they say like is the opening of the movie is like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man fighting the X-Men.
I thought Tobey Maguire Spider-Man's not supposed to be in Doomsday.
That's what they say. That's basically what the kind of.
Oh no,
premise-
you're saying Tom Holland, not Tobey Maguire.
No, I'm saying Toby.
Okay.
Like they say Toby is going to be fighting the OG X-Men.
Like the Fox universe.
Yeah, in the
Like,
intro.
Whoa.
Like first scene. And then they say that the whole premise of the movie is that like universes are colliding because like how they introduced in the Deadpool and Wolverine like anchor being shit and incursions shit.
Right.
So like shit's not like on some Loki with the timeline shit.
So
like,
does that mean that in Brand New Day, Spider-Man's gonna be trying to fix this shit? He somehow fucks it up, and then all of a sudden now it's like that's where like all these crossovers come into play at.
I doubt it because he's
Nah.
not going to be in Doomsday. So I think that the whole brand new, not the whole thing is going to set it up, but I think at least the end of that movie is going to set up why he's not in Doomsday.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out what happens to make all this crossover like that. You know?
Well, it's like
Oh, I know. I actually know. It's Steve Rogers going back to live with Peggy,
Oh,
and that's why he comes back.
That makes sense.
Because like he wasn't supposed to do that shit, and that's
Yeah.
why he's still there. And so it's like, oh shit.
Does that mean that Steve Rogers was the anchor being of?
bro, he must. I mean, he went back to Return the Stones and came back old as fuck because he spent his life with Peggy.
He wasn't. I don't know. Like there's something like that. Like he wasn't supposed to do that or something.
Yeah.
Because like
Or not,
the
like,
trailer opens with him in a farmhouse, kind of like opening a drawer, like looking at his suit and holding a baby, like his kid with Peggy. But like if you remember in that universe, Peggy dies and she marries someone else.
Right.
So it's like it's already like what the fuck happened?
Yeah. It's all.
Like he either changed something or he's just visiting or the timeline or it doesn't make sense why he would be there. So like it's all fried. And then the house he's in, they said is a different house. It's not a house we've ever seen, even though we've seen him in that house at the end of Endgame or whatever.
Yeah.
So like they think that's why he comes back. That's why it's all fried.
That makes sense. At least that would.
Yeah. And then that's why they're introducing in Multiverse of Madness the incursions, and then in Deadpool the anchor beings and shit. That's kind of the premise. Because if you think about it, leading up to the Infinity War and Endgame, all these movies have stones in them. So like it's kind of like those are like the stones, all this timeline shit, and all this like
whole Infinity Saga.
Yeah.
Huh.
I think it could be really shit.
It has the opportunity to be, because like I liked Deadpool and Wolverine, but it's just one of those movies where I'm like, it was cool. That's it. It's cool seeing them fight, like cool dynamic, but like
it almost would have been cooler if they did less.
Yeah.
Like, why are they fighting the bald girl with all the callback homies? Like
every single one of them.
Like they got Blade and else. Like it starts to get muddy. There's some things in that. There's some things in that movie that are really cool that they did.
Yeah, bro.
But it definitely starts to get fried.
I mean, they skinned Steve Rogers.
Oh yeah, he was
Johnny Flame.
Yeah, that was not Steve Rogers.
They skinned Johnny Flame.
Have you seen that new Fantastic Four?
I did, yeah.
Did you like it?
I thought it was cool. I grew up on the old one, so like, I was always like, I don't know. And then I saw the remake too with the other people. That was cool too. Doom had a little bit more of a spooky vibe on there and shit. But I don't know. The new Fantastic Four was just like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. They couldn't beat Galactus. If I'm being for real, like if we're really talking about like the Titans, right? Aren't they Titans? Is what they're called? No, not Titans.
What is he? I know what you're talking about. He's not an Eternal. I don't know. I think he's like something else.
But you know what I'm talking about?
He eats worlds, bro.
Right?
Celestial.
Celestial, yeah.
I don't think is that what he?
I don't think
I don't
he's
know if
No,
he's that.
he's
I
some
thought
other
he was
shit.
just his own thing.
Celestials eat the worlds, and that's what they were fighting in Eternals.
I don't know.
Bro, he gobbles planets. That's his whole thing.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like Galactus is fucking like, I don't know. Well, that's the thing. I don't think they beat him in that movie, right? Didn't they outsmart him and they just sent him somewhere far so he couldn't get back?
they just sent his ass to the
No,
opposite side of the
No,
galaxy.
they tried to, and
Oh,
then they
right.
passed it, and then fucking Silver Surfina felt bad for them
What? No, but they
Right.
still
and pushed
sent-
him in.
Yeah, pushed him in. I mean,
She
yes,
did it.
Yeah, it was thanks to Silver Surfer, but
Yeah.
Which is like,
gotta get it done somehow.
Like,
That's
bro,
what
like-
happened in the other one with Doctor Doom. They're like Silver Surfer helped.
yeah, but I know, but this is their origin movie, and we didn't get to watch them take one dub as a team.
True.
I mean, sure, there was that little montage in the beginning where they're fighting random ass people, but it's like
Yeah.
That's
the
all
whole
we
movie.
got.
It's like, all right, you guys are the Fantastic Freaks, and you do what?
Bro, and like, I totally get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a parent, so I don't completely get it. But it's like, yeah, you don't want to trade your baby for the whole universe, your mom. Bro, go have another kid. He's not old enough for you to care that much where you're like, here's the whole earth, by the way. Like,
Let's
dude.
talk about abortion.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, he ain't that old yet for real, bro. Baby's barely like 1. And you're like, nah, you know what? I'd rather just chance it and have everyone die, including the baby, by the way.
Right.
So it's like, what are you doing?
Well,
I-
it's because they knew the baby was powerful as fuck.
Well, you could go make another powerful baby.
Well, and that's the
knows?
reason Galactus wanted the baby, because he was like, damn, yo baby powerful as shit. Like, give me that.
Oh,
He wanted to be the baby.
He wanted the baby to be the next him.
Yeah.
He had the like world.
and that's gonna
hunger.
take a long time, bro. You might be able to convince it otherwise. In the meantime, like your baby's not gonna die, right? You're gonna trade your baby. You're gonna be able to raise it. And the other one, they took the chance of like, yo, my baby's probably gonna die if it wasn't for Silver Surfer.
They were like, yo, let's use the baby as bait in the middle of
And
New York
slime
City.
every-
You know what I'm
bro.
saying? Like, I don't know. I that's where I started getting disconnected, and like I was taken out of that world. I was like, bro, if you're really the Fantastic Four, that ain't fucking fantastic.
Bro, it was a weird premise, bro.
It was
It was
definitely
a weird premise because now we have to have conversations like this. Like, bro, that like it didn't really hit. Like, okay, he's at that conference and he's holding the baby. He's like, we will not give up our child. but we will do our best to protect you. And it's like, all right. And then they're like trying, like they pull up on Galactus, and they're like, we can't do shit. Run, 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 run.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just thought like the original Fantastic Four was way better than that, and so my expectations were just like, oh, okay, yeah, they kind of. And like, shout out Pedro Pascal. He's a cool Mr. Fantastic.
No, he's not.
No,
No, not at all.
not that one.
I don't believe his old ass can stretch. It's a big problem.
No, you're right. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Reed Richards is supposed to be this young, smart, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
especially at the beginning of being in the Fantastic.
Pedro's
like,
a little too old for all that.
he's
He's
old
not
for that.
Old, but it's just like you're too old for that role.
And he doesn't look like Mr. Fantastic.
Not at
That
all.
part too. The OG dude looked a fuck ton like I don't remember the actor's name, but I don't think I've seen him in other movies like that.
Bro,
Dude.
Yeah.
and the one in the Doctor Strange movie,
Krasinski.
John Krasinski.
That was
Fine.
just like
Very good.
That was fan
Oh,
service.
yeah.
I actually never seen that one. I just wasn't a fan of that one. I never seen that one.
He was
Was that
kind
one
of silly.
It's
His
all
face
right.
was like always sorry.
I mean, especially because you're like actors. The thing about being an actor is like when you have a role, especially something that goes as big as The Office did, people will see you as that person forever.
Yeah.
So you're always gonna be fucking. What was his name? John? No, that's John Krasinski. His name was
Jim
Jim.
Jim.
Thank you.
from the Office.
You're always gonna be Jim, bro. You're Jim in a Fantastic Four suit right now, bro. Like, where the fuck is Dwight? You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about the Illuminati. Where's Dwight?
White is Doom.
Yeah, like literally. So it's just like, that's why I think his spot in that movie was cool. There's your fan service. People were talking about it. Didn't happen. So here's your little like scene with him. You know what I'm saying? A little callback.
I think about that a lot too when I think of RDJ being Doom. I'm like, bro, that's Iron Man.
Yeah, that's gonna be a hard one to pull off.
How are they gonna do that? I think
really
they say
wonder
he's
how
scarred. Like he's like very scarred.
Well, isn't that why Doom wears the mask anyways?
Yeah. I don't know, bro. Who knows?
That's why I love what's his face is Ultron. You didn't have to see his face,
Ultron.
but who else has such a sinister ass voice as what? Oh man, I forget his name. The guy who plays Ultron. You know what I'm talking about. You know the voice
yeah.
because he was in the
He's
office.
the dude from Blacklist.
right?
Yeah, I don't know his name.
Because he had like a feature in the office, but like you already Mr. Blacklist, bro. Like you already have your own sinister vibe about you, bro. So it's like, and he knows how to play that voice character good. Like I feel like the casting for RDJ to be Doctor Doom was like a weird one. So they're gonna have to make it work, or it's gonna end up being on some Reed Richards shit, where they're just trying to keep a cool face that they know people are gonna want to go see.
Yeah. Well, if we could fan cast a new Reed Richards, who would we do?
A new Reed Richards.
And would you switch out any
Wow.
any of the other members?
I don't even remember them, bro. All I remember is that what's her name? Reed Richards' girl?
Invisible Woman.
Yeah, Invisible Woman. She wasn't as bad as the first one, so I wasn't worried.
Oh, and I didn't like any
you
of them.
You can't beat Jessica Alba, bro.
You can't.
That's
The
right,
first
yeah.
I
Invisible
forgot
Woman.
that was Jessica Alba.
Bro, impossible. She's so fine.
Yeah.
The fuck?
I didn't like any of them, bro. I'm a purist. I was like, ugh.
And it's like, yo, I get it. Like, I don't know his name, but I know him as Steve Rogers.
Uh-huh.
I get that
Chris
he was like,
Evans.
yeah, I get Chris Evans was the first one, and now he's Captain America, and that's why they didn't bring him back. Obviously, we're gonna look at him and be like, yo, like even in the Wolverine movie, I'm like, I just can't see him as that anymore. Young Chris Evans with that buzz cut looked like a fucking goofball, so he looked like he played good Johnny Flame.
And he did.
I will
did.
say that the new Fantastic, like Johnny Flame's supposed to be this big player, like gets hella bitches. In the new movie, he's chopped.
Yeah,
He's like,
ugliest on the
I
team.
didn't
I
believe
just
for
like
a
space
second.
boobs or
Yeah,
whatever.
I didn't believe
stupid
for a
bullshit.
second he's getting any pussy, bro.
He looks like an
Especially
emoji,
not-
bro.
Especially not space pussy. That's silver. Not happening. Sorry.
Space pussy in silver. My boy will have it in blue.
And then the thing, I don't remember what the thing
Thing was
looked like.
all right. Like
Well, 'cause-
he's fully CGI.
Yeah, he was already the
As
thing.
long as the voice sounds
Yo,
like he's
he
built
looked
a
way
rope.
better in the other movies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
true.
no, he
That-
He
definitely
looked
did.
goofy as fuck.
Well, that's because they try to make him look.
huggable, bro.
They tried to make him look like the comics more for this one, bro. And the other ones, they were like, okay, let's put some practical effects on this dude and let's see
It
how
was
it looks.
fire, bro.
It was super cool.
Pay homie a little more money to dress him up. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, they got the bread for it, bro.
Disney, by the way.
Yeah.
And then they have the little beep boop beep.
Oh, what's
Oh.
The fucking Power Rangers did it first.
Isn't it like Ela? Huh?
QWERTY. That's not his name. That's just keyboard.
Yeah, no, because I saw this movie once and I saw it and I was like, I'm not gonna watch this again.
Nah, no way.
Like, I would rather watch the Eternals again before watching Fantastic Four again. At least the Eternals is like, here's some new characters with a cast of people who you've never seen before. Like, they got some cool, like, because they've been around for forever. Here's how their hand was in history. Here's why they're important to the universe, because the Celestials, a force that the Avengers have never even thought about before. Like, these are the people who have to deal with them. Cool.
Cool.
But now it's just like, there's a giant hand sticking out of the ocean. Back to the regular news. You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely, like, hard to cut into, like, the MCU already. But at least, like, that movie was like, everyone had their own part.
Didn't see it.
It wasn't
Yeah,
that-
I
see
still
it.
have not
No,
seen
bro.
the
Too
Eternals.
scared to.
Oh, we might have to watch that tonight, guys. I'm sorry. It's not
down,
bad.
man.
It's not bad.
I heard it was
It's
terrible.
not Iron Man 2.
Iron Man
or
2
th-
is goated, bro. I'm
No, that's
sorry.
what I'm saying. It's not Iron Man 2, as in, like, it's not as good as any of the Iron Man movies. But for modern day MCU movies, because we've only had a few, we got Shang-Chi, Eternals, Fantastic Four,
Shang-Chi was fine.
Are we only counting like new ones?
like new, like post-Endgame movies.
like Phase 4?
Multiverse
Yeah.
of Madness, Love and
Multiverse of
Thunder.
Madness. You know what I'm saying? Eternals, I'd put it in the top 5. If there's 10 movies, I'd put it at least halfway.
Bottom of the
Guardians
top
3
five.
top 1.
You said what?
New
Guardians 3, Spider-Man 3, Doctor Strange 2, Thor 4 have to be.
Yeah, Eternals must be number 5. But it's like, well, no, you know what? I'm not going to lie, bro. I think I did like Shang-Chi more than Eternals.
Shang-Chi's fire.
Bro, because it's like, yeah, there's of course plenty of characters in that movie, but like, here's your main character, here's how he's cool, here's his story, like, solid, like, boom. Like, you could put that in line with like first Captain America, first Iron Man, first Spider-Man, like, origin story, character, cool thing, special place on the earth, everyone's different, you know what I'm saying? Eternals, there's a lot going on in Eternals. That's the one thing about it. You got like 5 or 6 characters who all have different abilities, and it's like, you kind of have to like understand why they're important, but it's like they at least wrote up a good reason for why they're important. Because in the comics, there are Celestials. And you have to have a certain team of people who are stronger than the Avengers who can handle that. You know?
I'm starting to hear you, but I just didn't see the movie. We're
No,
gonna have to watch it.
we're going to have to watch it tonight.
Look,
'Cause-
Shang-Chi, by the way, we didn't give it any love. Fire.
Yeah.
Top
no,
tier.
that's what I said.
like,
Fire.
Like
Crazy
it's like
movie.
it's almost on some like it should be MCU slop, but it's not.
no, right, exactly. Especially
It's
because,
like-
like, my boy Wong coming through the end, too.
Wong there.
Shout out Wong.
Shout
Shout
out
out,
Abomination.
Wait, he was in that one?
Yeah, he's in like the
Cage
Fight
Fight.
Club. They're in like Japanese Fight Club or something.
I forgot.
Probably
he was
Chinese.
there.
I don't know. But like, yeah, they're in like some fight. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
I remember the fight, bro, because that whole, like, down the wall scene on the outside of the club.
yeah.
Fire.
Yeah, they're on some Donkey Kong shit.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
He's just a cool character.
And then they fucking fight the dragon at the end or something crazy.
Right.
Next weekend, big ass dragon.
Water dragon or something like
Fing
that.
Fang Foom?
What the fuck did you just
Wait,
call
hey.
him?
Y'all don't know Fing Fang Foom
Don't.
from Marvel Comics?
Nah,
Don't.
I have heard of that.
I
I
don't.
need to rewatch that movie. I haven't seen it in such a long time. But I know
They
it's
also
a
have
good ass movie.
the Mandarin, like the guy who played. You know how like the Mandarin isn't a real villain in Iron Man 3?
Right. Wait, he's in Shang-Chi?
He's an actor.
I forget why the fuck he's in Shang-Chi, but yeah, he's in Shang-Chi.
That's funny. I don't remember that.
Random shit.
Damn. No, what time is it? We got to watch that tonight if it's not too late. It's kind of late, but
Guys, we have to wrap it.
Yeah, it's got to be over.
yeah. Solid 2.5 hour long podcast.
Easy.
This could, depending on how long I was yapping about the poop bag in the beginning and if it can stay or not, this could be like 2 pods. Like a Marvel episode and a music episode.
Def.
Low key, we just yapped about Marvel for like 45 minutes.
Yeah, it could definitely be its own thing. It was very like Marvel.
Stick 4 nerds in a room.
Okay, I'm gonna real quick shout out to my boy Harry2Scary for coming on the podcast. I'm sure he'll be a reoccurring guest. Thank you for watching the Believe in Yourself podcast on the 2099 Show channel. Is there anything that you would like to shout out or send people to? We can maybe put this outro on both episodes if needed.
All right, I got 3 things. First and foremost, a brand new nose, July 4th.
Brand new nose.
Look out for it. 2099.mp3. Second thing, Get Right by Low. That's L0. Just dropped yesterday. Great song. Club vibes. Summer smash.
We go out at night.
Third thing, ABNN album soon.
Oh.
Shit.
What can you tell us about that? Really
Yeah.
quick before we go.
Me, produced. He recorded himself. Shout out Cisco. Great. He knows how to record shit. Me, produced, mixed, mastered. ABNN. That's all I got to say.
How long is it? Can you give us that?
Probably about 30, 40. My real ones know about 30, 40.
Wow. Full length tape. I'm excited.
Yes, sir.
You have to do ad-libs or something, bro. I need to hear your voice.
I'm thinking about doing it like the Toka Too Scary album, where I might go on there like I'm hosting it, like real Cisco shit, 3600 block bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we'll see. But yeah,
We'll see.
that's all I got. Those are my main plays right now.
Stay tuned.
Too scary. All right, guys. Thank you for watching.
Thank the guys for having me.
See ya.
Peace, love, rock and roll.